on my side, but it's not working.
Oh, so how is that one? Not
Oh,
going
it's
in?
recording now. Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much for that one.
Thank you.
So that's really great. So as I mentioned, you should have the requirements of the project management, yung initiation, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, so that you could take the exam. So as a new immigrant, had experience, I'm not different to a lot of you. Marami rin tayong hardships sa starting. So we had work in order to integrate with the new country before and finally coming back to our profession. We're not able to go back, start din sa engineering. So if you are in the same situation, just go on. Huwag kayong mawalang pag-asa. Because along the way, definitely you will experience new things and you'll be stronger and much more qualified to do other things. So with all the challenges in the aligned work, not straight direct to one's engineering field, it has molded and strengthened me and had the opportunity to work in the 3 provinces of Canada. I had worked here in Ontario, I had worked there in Alberta, and presently working in British Columbia. So I have a very good knowledge of the terrain of Canada. So alam ko kung saan kayo lumulusot diyan. So, as introduced kanina, I am presently working in the oil and gas industry at LNG Canada in Kitimat, British Columbia. So, right now, dito pa, expecting to be mobilizing back coming June. What's that? Yep. So. Yep, so we formally start now the presentation. So yep, we have the general contents. Is it visible to you, the contents or table of contents in there?
Yes.
Okay, so I have the general table of contents in here. So the ruling would be it is really good not to interrupt so that we could go straight. I really expect that this will be a little bit long. Bear with me. I'm pretty sure it will be very helpful to you. Medyo may kahabaan, more than 75 yung screen, but it is really a very good one. I will make sure that it's a good one. So, introduction of the PMP and LEED. Then this is the general one, the advantages of the credentials and the certification. Then we will separate the project management professional and the LEED, that is leadership in energy and environmental design with a specialty. Then I will be sharing references, tips, and lessons learned in passing the exams. It is really my own experiences. And lastly is I completed accessing resources for the examination. So you will have the resources. The things I'm telling, you will have the opportunity to access it anytime. So watch out for that one. So we go now to the actual project management professional, that is PMP. As I mentioned a while ago, PMP mostly is being done by technical people, but I will show you that whatever your profession, you could also do it. Nurses, there is CHRP rin. So you're welcome. So first is project management professional. We have a separate table of contents here. What is PMP? Ano nga bang PMP? What is PMI? Is it really worth, the certification is really worth it? Then PMP, comparing it with other project management certifications. The third one, or the fourth one, I would say, is how to get the PMP itself, the overview of the certification, contents of the PMP, and others. So next slide, what is project management professional? Global po ang project management professional. It is a certification from the Project Management Institute. this is the body giving this one, and is acclaimed industry recognized certification of project managers. So what is the advantage of this one? You can get PMP while you are still in the Philippines, in the Middle East or whatever. So if you are expecting to come in here, you could actually prepare for it now. You can get it even in the Philippines. So by the time you come here, you become competitive. I could see it here. Yeah. What's the problem? You cannot see it here? What do you mean here? You cannot? No. Yeah. My what you call this one? My supports here are giving some output. Yeah, trying to give some output so that I could improve the presentation, which is good. So as I mentioned, PMP certification is a designation given by the Project Management Institute to professionals who meet certain education and experience criteria. There are a number of requirements that professionals must meet before they can apply for the certification. So as I mentioned a while ago, wherever you are in your career, the globally recognized PMP certification tells your employer, your peers, and the world that you know that what you are doing in project management. So mataas ang tingin sa inyo because you have the capability. So even if the project manager is a part of your title, kahit hindi kayo project manager, baka iniisip nyo, you're thinking that this is just for project manager. No, it is not. The PMP applies to anyone who helps bring the project to completion. So it is just like a CPA who validates expertise for accountants. The PMP also recognizes your ability to manage projects and the hard work you have done so far. So basta you are part of the project, you are contributing to the PMP principle. So that's how it works. Our next one is what is PMI? PMI. So pinagpaguran nating inarrange ito. So basically PMI is the body that is giving the PMP. It is a global non-profit organization for project management dealing with certification, industries, standards, conferences, and publications. So napakalaki ang PMI dahil worldwide. So you could see the figures there. There are 500,000 members in 208 countries and the territories around the world, with more than 300 chapters and 10,000 volunteers. So you could see on the background with some of the figures in there, you could see that there is such thing as Project Management Institute dito sa Alberta, Toronto, Regina, Quebec, including sa Pilipinas. So it is really a worldwide one. So its services includes research, education, networking opportunities in local chapters, hosting conferences, training, seminars, and providing accreditation in project management. So membership in PM membership signifies that you are serious about your project management career. So kahit sa resume nyo, kung member kayo ng PMI, ilagay nyo. Dahil nakakatulong niya, tao lang yung nag-evaluate ng resume nyo, you could see that your seriousness in your career. So dedication to your employers, colleagues, and stakeholders giving you an edge in the job market, lalo na kung project management related yung job nyo, gaya ng project control, QA/QC, or whatever. So it also provides you with the access to valuable knowledge, networks, and resources. So sunod itong slide natin. Is it really worth it? Pagsikapan ko, tapos is it really worth it? The answer is a big yes. The PMP certification is a very good indication that you have the required education and experience, particularly for project managers, positions, or aligned positions. Gaya ng nasabi ko kanina, project controls, coordinators, QA/QC. It is definitely an advantage in the hiring process. Hindi ko kaagad makita yung participants natin, but I remember our brothers here in Eglinton Crosslinks. We got, I think, Bro Joseph is here. I saw it a while ago. I could not see much of the one. I saw Bro Joseph is here, and also Jericho. They both came from Dubai, right? They are both very good engineers, and they are both at Crosslinks. What do you think was the reason? They are very, what you call this one, competitive. Parehas silang asang-asa sa kwan. They are both project controls, they are scheduler and planner. And what is the common denominator of them? They are both PMP. Wow. So, matindi pala itong mga kasama natin. They are both from PhilConpro and AFCE. So, that is the advantage of having a PMP. So, PMP mga yan. Tahimik lang yan. Lalo na si Bro Jericho. Hindi linalagay sa pangalan. It is actually a personal choice. But sinisilip ko even the small details. So, I know that Jericho is also a PMP. That's the very reason why the HR manager at Crosslinks, wala atin si Bro Lerwin dito, isa sa pinakamataas sa Crosslinks, si HR manager Andrew Maybom. Kaya siguro thumbs up kaagad nung nag-apply sila, because other than being a very good engineers with the profession, they are both PMP holders, project management professionals. So very good, Bro Jericho and Bro Joseph. Really good for that one. So a PMP certification can incredibly increase your earnings too. Tataas yung pasahod nyo. In comparison for the same person at the same level, tataas yung sahod nyo by about 25%, sabi rito, in a PMI survey. How about that? So it is really very worth taking. And actually, the concept of project management professional, you could also use it in your daily living. Yung principle, if you use it sa pansarili nyo, it is really a great principle. So it's really very, very useful. Next one, PMP versus other project management certifications. Ewan ko kung narinig nyo ng mga to. So we are actually doing it. I'm giving you an overall perspective of what project management is. Hindi lang yung kung ano-ano. I saw Bro Boying kanina. Thank you so much, Bro Boying. He as a structural engineer sa Pilipinas, kahit 2:30 nagising sila just to be with us. Siya ay mataas ang tungkulin sa ASEP Ilocos region. And ASEP, structural engineers in the Philippines, is not an issue. It is a specialty, gaya ng hydraulics at saka hydraulics and whatever, geotechnical and the transportation. So thank you so much for coming. They are here with us. Nagising, sabi niya, matulog siya ng maaga para makadalo rito. Thank you so much, Boying. I believe architect and engineer Aris is also here. I'm trying to scan the video. So, pag narinig niyo yung Lean Six Sigma, have you ever heard of that one? It means a continuous improvement methodology. That is the meaning of that one in comparison to PMP. The difference with PMP is mas sikat ang PMP compared with Lean Six Sigma, Princeton, or ITIL Foundation, if you have heard these things. Lean Six Sigma, I'm not sure, I have not seen Bro Alain. Is Bro Alain around? Alain San from British Columbia?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Oh, Alain, welcome, Alain. plugging your congratulations doing his first book. That is really awesome. You got to look for the book of Alin San. Really a great book. I have not just the cover, but pretty sure you got to. I remember Alin because Alin is also a Lean Six Sigma black belt. Nakakatakot, ano? Lean Six Sigma black belt professional. Hindi karate yan, ha? Pero kahit karate, malayo naman siya dito. So, no problem, Alin. So, so if you want to know more about Lean Six Sigma, he is the right guy to contact. Si Alin San. Always accommodating guy. Prince 2. Who knows Prince 2? Ito, hindi Prince 2 ito, Julius, hindi sa game, di ba? May Prince 2 at ang game noon, parang sa StarCraft at saka Broad War, pag maalala ko. So, Prince 2 is actually a structured project management method which emphasizes dividing projects into manageable and controllable stages. So it is actually very popular in UK, sa UK, sa Australia, and it is very similar sa PMP. Kaya dito, tignan nyo sa lower right, merong versus dito, PMI versus Prince 2. Because if you try to look at Prince 2, they have the same starting, initiating, planning and directing, stage control, at saka closing. Very much the same project management processes. So, yeah, about ITIL Foundation. Have you heard of ITIL Foundation? Anybody from IT here? I'm trying to look at this one. Not much. I'm trying Carlito Freud lang. ITIL Foundation is basically used by IT professionals. Wala ata si Kwan dito. I'm trying to check. So, masterpiece nila yan. So instead of getting PMP, you got to get ITIL Foundation too. So that is how these things are related. So basically, we'll not be digging so much. Our time is so limited, but if you bear with me, I will share everything I know. Thank you again, Bayani. He is here, PA also AFCE. So our next slide. How many knows our brother Dave is here? Dave Australia? No, I have not seen Brother Dave, but this is the representative of Brother Dave, Dr. John Estrella. So I think many of you know Dr. John Estrella. If you don't know him, you got to search and check and get connected with his LinkedIn and everything. He's a great author and he's also a professor of project management in Ryerson together with other guys. A young guy, energetic one, so sharing a small video. Just a 1-minute one, showing how the project management works, 5 tips of managing projects. Isang minuto lang ito. You put the voice of your computers. M.
No audio.
Static, ano?
Walang audio, Ben? No sound.
Sorry, how is that one? Sorry. May mo kita? Sorry. In-stop ko ang apay. Sorry for that. May mo kita ni M. Awan sound na.
Okay.
Hold on, please. Pinagawan sound ko na. sound na. Skip. Hold on. I think it's. Hold on, please. Yep. Hold on, I'm just checking the sound here. I can see the sound. Can you hear the sound, please?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure I could hear it here.
Project management is so powerful that you could use it to get things done on a personal basis. If you have personal goals that you would like to achieve, you could use it to maybe earn a degree, put together a plan for your vacation, or even finish that basement. If you're a computer programmer, you can even use it to plan your computer project so that you could get it done faster. If you happen to be an engineer, you can use project management to estimate and manage your construction projects. And if you happen to be a marketing professional, you can use it as well for your marketing campaign so that you can do it effectively and efficiently. As you can see, this is very powerful. And let me just share with you 5 things that if you know it, if you learn it, if you practice it, it will make a big difference in your life. First, in project management, you will learn what's called project scope management. You will be able to identify what's inside and, more importantly, what's outside of the project. What's inside is easy to do. But the problem is, if we don't define what is outside of the project, we tend to do more than we have to. Second thing, let's say that we have identified that scope, we could then identify the different stakeholders so that we could get their requirements. So we have a scope, we know exactly what we have to do, and more importantly, what we don't have to do. We talk to everybody to find out what they're looking for. Now we have our requirements. So we have this big challenge in front of us. But with the third concept or third tool, the work breakdown structure, we could narrow it down into manageable pieces so that we know that A, B, C, D will add up to one deliverable and 1, 2, 3 will add up to another deliverable. Now that we have these little pieces identified, we could then come up with a more accurate estimates. And that's my 4th item here. One thing that you will learn in project management is what's called 3-point estimating. By doing that, you could actually apply statistical techniques to identify how accurate your estimates are. Thus, you know how confident you are when it comes to delivering that project. You could say, you know what, I will deliver it in 5 days and be very sure that it will be done in 5 days. And the last thing, if you put all of these things together, you will have what's called a project management plan. And that will make sure that you have a road, a pathway, a blueprint of where you are and where you want to go. And if you're not heading in the right direction, the project management plan will help you go back into the right track so that you can deliver that project. Just 5 simple things through project management. And if you could learn those things and apply it, you'll be able to get things done faster, cheaper, with a lot less stress.
That's really a great video, right? Very fun, just a short one, but the message is very strong. So, yep, welcome Aris, also from the Philippines. Thank you for coming. Ace, welcome. Bayan is there also. So, nagising sila kahit 2:30. I'll make it sure that it is worth the time. So, now the next one, I'll just try to check this. Next one is how to get the PMP. So basically, we'll just be a little bit faster here, how to get it, go with the things here. Earning your PMP certification is a commitment, and that is why it is valuable. It is actually not easy. Ngayon pa lang sinasabi ko, hindi madali. So, do you really have the world project management experience that led to success? Kung meron ito, you finish the hardest part. That is really the most important. Before you apply, make sure you meet the following sets of PMP certification requirements. Ito yung mga basic na requirements other than the experience and 4 years degree. So majority sa inyo rito, qualified na rito. 3 years leading projects. We try to experience that. I will try to explain that one later on. And 35 hours of project management education or training. Napakadali. Yung 35 hours, maliit lang yun. Or a high school diploma. Ba? High school lang pala, pwede na. So, ano pang hinihintay natin? Or an associate degree or global equivalent. But try to look at the requirement for the experience. It is 5 years leading projects and 35 hours of project management education. So if you try to look at this one, 35 hours is very easy because it is mandatory for you to learn. And what is a little bit hard is the definition of the leading projects. And we will make it clearer as we go by. So, project management processes, ano yung ibig sabihin nito? Or process groups. Sometimes this one has a lot of meaning. So, process group ang sabi because it is sometimes contradictory with the word simply process or project management cycle, we call it. So, these are the main divisions wherein the examination is divided. It is divided into project initiation, same as this one, project planning, project execution, project monitoring and control, and project closure. So these are the main activities. You got to be involved in each of this one in order to be qualified for the examination or for the certification. Next one is the so-called project management knowledge area. So you got to put it in heart, not just memorize these things, especially the 5-1, initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling. That is the first one. You will see later on a certain table that they will be on the horizontal top. That is the x-axis. These so-called knowledge areas will be on the y-axis. And just we'll try to go back later on, which are the main ingredients also known as knowledge areas. The word project and the management is common to all of them. So we just take the word integration from the word itself, integrate. So there is a definition here. A little bit literal. You could take it literally. Scope is the scope of the work to ensure that the work includes all the elements required to complete the job. Schedule itself. Kung paano pagkagawa. Cost, magkano yung bayad. Quality, resource. Resource means the requirement. Communications, the risk involved. Procurement, yung pagkabili, and stakeholder. What is the meaning of a stakeholder? Stakeholder means anybody who is involved in the project. It could be a positive influence or a negative influence to the project. That is a stakeholder. So as I mentioned, this will be going to the y-axis. We will go back to that one so that you will see what I mean later on. So this one is the so-called project management process group. These are the so-called, we could put it as a Bible of project management processes. So as I mentioned a while ago, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the process cycles or process group. Then the 10 ones here, vertically, you could see my cursor here, are the so-called knowledge area. So you should know this by heart. And this one, entry in here are the so-called processes. So this one is changing regularly because of the revision. So at present, 6th edition, when I took the exam, that is 7 years ago, I think there were just 9 here. Now it is 10, nadagdagan ng isa. What was included was the project stakeholder management. And of course, the groups is just the same. If you try to count this one, these processes here, It was initially 47. Now it is 49. 5, 10, 49. You got to know those numbers because you also have to put it in hard of the wordings in here. Not just memorizing, but putting in heart because each of these items here will be further subdivided. You get what I mean? So, dapat kabisado mo ito. Not necessarily memorizing too, but you get to know it because it will be part of the discussion. Ganun kalalim yung project management. So next one is develop project charter. Hindi natin kukunin lahat, but I will show you where did we get this one. I'll put back this slide, it helps. The first one, initiating project group and the project integration management. As I mentioned a while ago, we will try to dissect 4.1. What is the meaning of this one? What are the activities involved? There is the called ITTO, input, tools and techniques, and the output. So each of these elements meron yan. So we'll try to look at this one, including the 13.4. So upper corner and the lower corner, we'll just try to see what it is. We have a very limited time, that is just 1 hour, really very short. So kukuha lang tayo ng dalawa. We'll just get 2. So first, that is where 4.1 was taken. So 4.1, what is a project charter? Charter is a process of developing a document that formally authorizes the existence of a project and provides the project management authority to organize, to apply organizational resources to project activities. So very important yan. So the other blah blah here is just some counterpart of that one. So it is really very important. Yun ang starting really. Magbibigay ng authority to start the project. So in order to have that one, we have the so-called input, tools and technique, output. From the word itself, input, what are the requirements in order to have this so-called developed project charter? We have this input share, 5 items. Project statement of work. So practical naman yung message. So you got to know what that means. Business case. So you got, if you are in your schooling, you got to know the meaning of that one. Agreement, it is practical one. Enterprise environmental factor, you got to know those meanings. Organizational process assets. So you got to know the meanings of these ones. Then tools and technique. Go ahead. Yep, you just.
Of course, it's in the view.
We could interrupt a bit also, but we'll try to minimize it. Any feedback? Somebody talk actually. I'm not sure if it is incidental or whatever. So next one is the tools and techniques. We have the expert judgments and the facilitation techniques. That is the technique in order to get an output. What will be that output? It will be the project charter. So yun ang ibig sabihin. So this one, we have only few input, TT, and O because it is just the starting. So we go back and try to see the last part here. So that was here, starting activity. So it is just a small one. We just go to the last part here, and it is expected that there are more items because it is there is a lot of precedence before this one, right? So we check this one, monitor stakeholder engagement. Practical naman. So you get to know the meaning. Practical is monitor, it means the relationship of the members of the team with the stakeholder. You got to in touch with the stakeholder. Sila ang may-ari. So dapat sinusunod mo yung gusto, or is a negative one, you got to answer the questions. So we try to see this 13.4. What is the ITTO there? Meaning the input, tools and techniques, and the other one. So we have finished that one. This is ITTO. So you got to understand this. Monitor stakeholder engagement. What does it mean? Monitor stakeholder engagement is the process of monitoring the project stakeholder relationships and tailoring strategies to for engaging stakeholders through modification of engagement strategies and plans. So as I mentioned a while ago, there is a lot of activities in there involved, input, these things and this. So you got to dig into this one. What is the meaning of this one? We cannot cover all these things. So then this one, we could actually cover it in 30 minutes, in 2 hours, or in 2 days. So medyo flexible. So we just leave as it is. At least you know how it works, especially those who are just first time looking at this one. So you could just imagine the content of this one. There are mechanisms wherein you should be memorizing this one, memorized by heart. It means that you should know all these things from the very beginning, all these items. So sa examination, sinasabi nila may mga acronym na ginagamit o parang telephone number. Kaya yung may number dito, iniisip nyo siguro anong gamit yung mga number. Meron sa YouTube, nakikita ko, para ma-memorize nila ito, 4, 5, 60, you try to read 10 numbers, parang telephone number. So, ganun ang pag-memorize nila. So, or most important is you try to understand the mechanism so that it will be much easier for you to understand, especially if the question is analysis, not memorization. But that's how it works. So next one, we have finished this one. We go to this one. Overview. Medyo bilisan natin. Ano bang time na? Yep, I mentioned that one already. So basically, this is how it works. We'll just pick up the important ones, the timeline of the PMP certification, how it works, application submission. 90 days to complete the application once you started. So walang backup na pagka nagkumawa kayo. Then it will be reviewed or completed in 5 days. Then there is an audit process. They will check your work in there, the content of it, and they will reply in 5 to 7 days. If no problem, you are not involved in the audit, you are ready to give the payment for the process. Then you are given one year to do the examination, and you could do it 3 times if you are not lucky enough to get it just 1 time, right? This part here is, if you are in this cycle, it is a good sign. Why? It means you already passed the exam. So it's a matter of expanding your knowledge or continuing your certification. So certification cycle, credential maintenance, parang PDO or CPD, every 3 years, 60 ang requirement dito. May renewal, then if in case there is any suspension or whatever. So that is how it works. So pag dito, happy time ito, tumataas parang tumatakbo. So that is how this flow chart is working. Next one, the eligibility. So, yep, you could just put your one. You could just put your video para makita ko yung response yung kwan. Na mas ganado akong magsalita pag aktibo yung gumagalaw. That would be great. So, yeah, so we have the qualification here, educational qualification if you have a higher degree. 4 years degree, a bachelor's one, you have, you are just required 4,500 hours leading and directing a project. And yeah, minimum 3 years experience done. And 35 hours, so it is actually the same with this one, but if you are just in the secondary, you need 60 months, 12 times 5 is 60, or approximately 7,500 hours. So you will be showing, I will be showing how this one is calculated. So these things on the bottom, we will not have to discuss. Actually, these things are just cut from the handbook. So I just cut it from the handbook. We have the so-called PMP handbook. You got to download it from pmi.org so that you could see this one. But it is really good to do it like this. So that's how it works. So this one, how to complete online. So daming blah, 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 no? Hirap din gumupit. How do you gupit actually in your computer? If you ever know, have you used sniping? That is a tip. Malalim yun. Turo sa akin yung anak ko. Dati gumugupit ako, hindi ganon. Very effective, very clean yung paggupit mo. So that's how it this one. You cannot see that someone is sniping, right? Snipping style. So you could cut it in any way and paste it here. That's what I did. So basically, what this one is showing, it is simply saying that online certification, you just do the reading in here. The online certification is usually the same as in almost any application wherein there is already a specific number of characters that should be put in there. So medyo limited yung space. So dapat minamaximize mo yung every word mo. So ganun ang takbo lang nito. Without further ado, punta tayo sa pangalawa. Ito naman, how to record your experience and education and the application. Basic explanation. If you try to read this one in the bottom, it will take a lot of our time. So it simply means if there is your experience is like this. So what is critical here is the past 8 years of your career. What does it mean? Napaka-importante yung word na yun. It means as early as you are here in Canada, it is a good habit to be going for your PMP immediately. Why? Anong kandon? Dahil 8 years, sa past 8 years nyo, medyo may trabaho pa kayo siguro. Diba? 8 years. Kinuha ko ito, 1 year, 2 years pa lang ako. At least solid experience pa yung 8 years ko. Punta ka rito, taghirap. Magkakat ngayon yung mo. Your experience will be cut, so you will not be able to go straight with the 8 years. So as early as now, together with your PM, together with your CET, you go with your PMP immediately. Sabay-sabayin nyo para mas masaya yung laban. At as I mentioned, the continuity of the experience is important to present it in here. 8 years. So what does this diagram show here? For these two, they are intersecting each other. It means a certain project is done simultaneously. So the number of months that it was done is simply added. Itong intersection nilang from February to April should not be counted as 2. Just counted as 2 months, not 4 months. So your number of months here is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, only 5 months for these 2 projects. That is how you present it. So as simple as that, we don't have to be reading it so much. It will eat all our time, precious time. So next one is the application and payment. Pagka merong importante kayo, we accept also short interruption. Pero huwag masyado para takbo tayo. Next one is the course hours. Where do we get the number of hours natin? Meron yung tinatawag na Registered Education Providers, REPs, which is given by PMI. Meron, we have the so-called employer company sponsored programs. You got trainings in school, that is great. Distant learning, including end of assessment. So what is this one? And university, college, academic, continuing education. Distant learning, napakarami, di ba? So, kung libre, e-learning. You know, e-learning. Alam ko yung mga gumagamit ng e-learning. O lynda.com. E-learning is just the same as lynda.com. So there is a free 1 month. There is still in COVID time. You maximize your time for this one and you get some free courses there. Dami ng project management. The same is true with LEED. There is about 16,000 free courses for 1 month there. So you could utilize that one as part of your 35. So napakabilis yung 35, walang problema sa pagkuha ng 35 hours. It is not really a problem. You need more than that one. So meetings, this one, it is telling some other ways of getting the 35 hours. Most important is you have the certification. just in case you are involved or you will be taken for some audit. That's how it works. Next one is this one, fee. Yung mga nagtatanong na rito siguro, magkano yung bayad? 405, 555, dami. Karamihan nito. Eh sinasabi rito pa, may online, may center base, may paper. Bakit may papel? Eh, na tayo. Drone time na tayo. Take note that although we are very advanced in technology, very big itong PMI. It is covering the whole world. So there is no internet sa Africa or whatever siguro. Kaya pinapapel pa nila. Actually, nung time ko, wala itong paper base eh. Hindi pa siguro expansion yan. Kaya ganon. Kaya may paper base din. Kung malayo yung internet, so 405, prepare 405. This is applicable pagka if you are a PMI member. So if you go for an examination, you got to go for PMI first, remember, because they have a lot of discount. So these prices is if it is you are a PMI member. Being a PMI member, nabawasan siguro 100 bawat isa nito. So you got to go for that one. And they are also giving, if you go for PMI, they are also giving e-book for the project management book. Bibigay sila ng libre. Ito yung hard copy, pero hard yung card. Ito yung e-book, makapal ha. So that's how it works, this one. We don't have to be scrutinizing the other things in there. Next one is audit process. So as I mentioned, you got to have a copy. If ever tinamaan kayo, there is no definite percentage how much or how many will be involved in the audit process. You got to prepare your diploma. If ever, they will also be asking some certifications from your manager, whoever, that you put in your records in there. Copies of certificates of the training. So you got to have that one. If you are lucky enough, nothing will be seen here. Pagka meron kayong problema, lapit kayo, madali lang. I have helped people who have some audits before because I have been sharing this one for quite some time. Actually, I did my blog for this one immediately after passing the exam. So I have shared this many times. The one I will be sharing later on. So this one is the information for the examination. To cut it short, 4 hours. The exam is 4 hours. Number is 200. Number of scored one is 175, but is 25. And scored one. This is randomly put at different locations, and they will use that data for future analysis, whether they will be including that type of question or whatever. They will be putting it in that way.
Ben, Steve, may tanong.
Okay, go ahead.
I-clarify ko lang, sir, yung sa audit.
Yes.
Is it just a random thing or they really do it per applicant?
No, it is really a random one.
Oh.
And it's really a random. You are lucky if you are you are chosen here.
Okay.
But I have helped at least 2 people with this one. They could pass immediately. They just want to change some narrative and their experience, and with the help we did, we're able to come. Parang income tax sa CRA ito. Tamaan din ako ng random
Are they really strict on it or just?
No, as I mentioned, I have helped 2 people here. They were against the wordings, the proper. You got to make use of the right wordings, as indicated in that. And we simply changed the wordings as per they like, and that's fine. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So no
Thank you.
problem. Yep. Thank you for that. Yep. So hindi bumababa itong cursor pa. Ayaw bumaba. Perhaps the battery. Okay. So this one is clear. Next one is this so-called how the examination or the number of points or the percentages are divided. So basically, when you will see the result of the examination, you will see the percentages, how many is the representation for each of this domain: initiation, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. So biggest is executing. Executing means the actual construction. A lot of questions in there. So at least you know where the biggest is. Of course, closing is smallest, wherein you have your punch list and everything, right? So that is how the distribution of the questions is. Next one is passing score. Ito ang maganda. What do you think is the passing score for this one? 100? As per dito, maraming blah 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 na naman. So we just shortcut it, sound psychometric analysis. Yun ang keyword niya. So it simply means that, yeah, there is a certain mechanism which is not, it is explained actually. There is a PDF. I tried to read it one time, but I did not complete it. A little bit statistical mechanism. So they do not tell actually how it is calculated.
They specify if you fail.
Yeah, so there is a mechanism here that they do not give a definite percentage of what you get. But as per forums, blogs, and everything, to be safe when you are taking your mock exams, your practice exams, you are in a safe part if you are getting at least 80% in all your examinations, yung practice exam nyo. So that would be a good indication that pwede nang lumaban siguro. So that's the clue.
Sir Benji?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Andy.
Yes, Andy.
Yeah, one of the things here dun sa sound psychometric analysis is, for example, sa lahat na nag-exam, they take out now, meron yung mga, in the psychometric analysis, meron yung mga points, for example, in the entire sample, kung halimbawa may mga ibang questions that were not really na hindi nakuha lahat ng sample or ng population, yun, medyo ine-evaluate nila yun kung tatanggalin ba or hindi. There are also methods wherein in the psychometric analysis that they try to evaluate it from the entire populace. So, nag-a-adjust din sila, ina-adjust nila. So that's how the passing score for this one is being done.
Yep, a very good explanation, Andy. Thanks for that one. But as I mentioned, my analysis for the psychometric also is they are not comparing a score of one against the other. Why? Kahit 100 kayo, pwedeng pasado kayo lahat. Yun ang analysis ko rin eh. Because you never know the frequency of how many applicants are applying at the same time. So it is not really, I don't think it matters, but that is also my thinking. But it could also possible the different way, as you mentioned. And as we mentioned a while ago, there is the 25 numbers that is they are using for future analysis and evaluation. Yeah, tama rin yung kan mo. So it could be any other way around. So it is a statistic concept, right? So it is a very good one. Psychometric analysis. Parang may sirang ulo, ano? May psycho. Nagluloko itong kan ko,
Ben, si Nina may nagtatanong lang.
Go ahead. Okay lang, yeah. Habang inaayos ko ito.
Tungkol sa project coordinator experience nila. If it is if it is counted, kasi hindi naman sila project manager, but they are supporting the whole construction management.
Yep, but that will be actually answered later, and it is counted. So long as what you are doing is part of the 5. You should be showing that what are you doing is will be categorized in 5 of them. You got to put something in the 5 of them. And can you look at the one? can you change the con end? Looks like my mouse is not working good. And give me your mouse. Yeah, I could not jump to the outside of the. Check mo. I got my partner here. Oh, very good one. Yep. Yep. So that's a good question actually. So coordinator, very much used. It is actually any profession. So long as you will see some criteria in there that it should be something like a professional work, something like done in the school is not counted. So we will try to look at that one and we will answer. Next one is certification, types of certifications. You are the timer, huh? You try to tell me so that I could fast track. So on types of certifications, there is a lot of certifications actually. It is not only one, but the very foundation is the PMP. Yan ang pinaka dulo niya. So if you try to see here, we got the so-called PMP that's on the top, then the project management, professional program management, portfolio management, PMI Agile certified, PMI professional, certified associate. This is the CAPM, risk management and the schedule professional. So as mentioned kanina, yung CAPM is lower than PMP, lalo na sa mga new graduates. You will see the criteria later on. So if you are not yet too good with the project management experience, it is good to take CAPM. That's really a very good option. At least meron kayong certification. So what is happening is there are even guys that they have in their names very long titles. Kaya nakikita yung PMP, PGM, PFMP, ganyan, PMI. So it depends upon your choice. But the governing thing sometimes is meron ka ng PMP and you are in the project control and the scheduler. I'm pretty sure Jericho and Joseph is perhaps eyeing for PMISP, that is scheduling professional. So they will have PMP and PMISP in their name. Another one is you are involved in top management that is really high na portfolio at program. Or mostly if you are a QA/QC manager, they are combining PMP together with the risk management professional. Yan ang magandang combination. So that's it. We'll see CAPM later on. As you can see here, in the distribution of the number of members, 700,000. Mas mahigit pa ngayon. Abot na ng 1 million. So, dami pala, no? So, dapat kasama kayo sa bandwagon. May 1 million tayong PAs and everything around the world. So, it is a good business. So, PMP is the highest. Pangalawa yung CAPM, which is a very good one. So, next one, certification. So, the same thing as a while ago and all the descriptions here. I'm just showing up for you to see. You can see it in the handbook kung ano yung target nyo. But as I mentioned, it depends upon your role in the office. Next one is this. This is the CAPM. That's why I was telling a while ago. I'm trying to explain it more because this is a good option. In terms of the price, this is much lower than the 405, which is good. The exam is just 150 questions against 200, right? And you must, that is another criteria. There is an expiration. You got to retake it every 5 years. High school degree is the only requirement. The number of hours is only 23 against 35, right? So this is good criteria. It is advisable for you to get if ever. CAPM. Next one, ibalik ko nga muna. So basically, if you try to see, we have discussed all these things, how to get it. And I have discussed the 5 processes, then the vertical knowledge area, the processes itself. What was not seen is the inner content. If you see the processes, there is a lot of terminologies in there. project management professional is very exciting. Why? It takes something like you got to be a jack of all trades, jack of all subjects. You got to know a little bit of psychology, a little bit of logic. Don't forget your engineering, economics. Everything is there. So your future work, your regular interest rate, everything you got to be all around. So it is really very exciting. So I gave that one because these are some of the content, the inner content of the examination. See, you got this one. You got to know what budget at completion means. There is mathematics here. You may be thinking that it is just a blah, blah, blah. There is a lot of mathematics too. You have to know cost variance, estimate at completion, all those terminologies. What is SPI? What is CPI? Yep, so we use that one in quality management. So there is some formulas in there. Not only memorizing, more important is the application, because they will not be asking the formula, they will be giving the actual values. So the format is actually multiple choice, everything multiple choice. What is tricky in there is many of the examinations or the numbers are very long. It is taking a lot of your time and very hard to select from the number. That is making it tricky. Next one, we have also all these ones. PMP formula packet guide. Napakaraming formula. Then we have a lot of terminologies. This has involved in the discussions for the ITTO all along the way. So you get to know these ones. I have this one, 6 pages ito. So it's a very nice one. You got a little of everything, foundation concepts, project rules, everything. And this is actually 6 pages. Nandito ngayon sa harap ko. Nakikita niyo ba ako sa camera?
Sir Benji,
Yeah.
sir pa-share ng Sir, pwedeng pa-share ng quick reference guide.
Pa-share in what way? How do I show it? What do you mean? Hindi niyo ako nakikita?
Hindi, hingi po ng copy.
Oh, yeah. That is what I'm saying. Very open.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Everything is ready. I have given this to, pag sabihin kong 50 o 100 people, I've given it.
Thank you, sir.
In the span of 7 over 8 years. 8 years. Hindi lang yun. Go ahead. Yeah.
Ito bang quick reference mo? Ito na ba yung latest ngayon? O ano pa ito? Last year pa?
It may not be the latest, but the principles involved is will never change.
So more or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is like the changes from 5th edition to 6th edition, ano lang na idagdag sa PM book.
Okay.
Yung
Okay, thank you.
9 to 10, yep. So it is really parang some mathematics din natin. So I'm open to share all these things which I've been doing. It is in PDF. I'm just clicking in my email. So a lot of them, really. So this one, so we have this. We have a lot of aspects here. As I mentioned, this is the 3rd and 4th one. A lot of explanations here. We do not have time to go everything in there. Different motivational theories. You may have taken the Maslow theory and everything, McGregor. You know all these things before in your simple sociology or logic classes. Everything is here. So PMP is covering all those concepts. You have this human resources here, communication management, risk management, very tricky. The mechanism for risk management is you are trying to order which one is the most risky. I have done doing that one. So this is just one of them references which I could readily share to anybody. Input, source, and output. So that is it. And this one. So that is one of them. So I have all those references. So as I mentioned, the best way actually is, if you have the opportunity, is to go for actual class. I was lucky enough to go for class, especially those who are new. You got to go really with your bridging programs, because bridging programs is free. Only it is a little bit competitive too. You got to get a little bit higher with your YMCA English class a little bit. So I got the bridging program at Access. We have classes also in Humber. And after that one, I got my classes for PMP at Ryerson. So everything was free. And it is, I am doing it while at work. Tatrabaho ko sa gabi, takbo sa kwan sa araw. So you got to do that one, especially new one. Madaming bata rito. Nakakausap ko ng isa-isa ang mga ito. So like a lot of them I could not see immediately, like Carl Christian. Carl Christian is going his way very good. He has EIT and everything now and doing very good. And he's very much on track with his PM at this time. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is you may be working at night, whatever it is, you go for bridging programs, which is free. And I took my bridging program and my, in addition to the work experiences, I got it from Ryerson University free. Again, not moving well, baby ko. Come. I don't know why. It's not going out of this one. So, come on. Madimanan. I was saying, ayaw na naman.
It's over there. That's why.
No, but do that one. See?
It's mirroring it. The
Okay.
actual mouse is over there.
Okay, yep. So, so we go for the next slide here. What is this one? It is actually a sample project management plan. Our team got, we were 4 in the team created at Ryerson University. So this is, that is the main objective actually of project management, of a PMP manager. You have to go make a book. This is the book. I just did it a while ago. Less than 100 pages ito, which we made as a group part of before we could graduate. At least 4 months yata yung namin noon. So you have you apply all the things you have done. So it is really very good. I took it, I think March yan, up to June, something like that. So we were 4 in the group. In our group before, we were actually 11 at our team in Ryerson Access Employment. Yeah, we are 4 in group. This is the group now. And in our team, we are 2 who got the PMP. But out of the many, I want to show you so that just minimize this one. This was our group picture. May isang Pinoy. Yeah. We were actually 11 or 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Out of this group, we were only 3 who got the PMP up to this time. 1, 2, 3. So it is that I'm trying to say this one, I was just an average guy, but a higher vision to pass the exam because the valedictorian and the salutatorian, this guy and the one at the back, did not take the exam. Actually, they are even out of the country now. They were not able to persevere with the challenges of life. So why I'm sharing this one, because really, you get to have the vision to and the perseverance to go for the dream you want to have. So that is how that one was made. So 3 out of 11 kami noon. So halos tapos, what's the time, M? I could not see that. 14? Yep, so this next one is sharing my project management professional references. So if you try to see this one, naka-hyperlink na rito. So it is readily clickable. Makapunta tayo kaagad sa requirements. So we go in that one. I had put all the requirements or the one I use in the FB page I created since 2013. See? So we try to check this one because it's important, and what is good with what I did is it will be readily available to any of you. You could always look at this one, and I will not be sent. Makikita nyo ito. So I actually did it April 2. This one is a very important information because I was the examination was postponed. It should have been middle of this year up to April 2. Why is it important? Important to the it was internet issue. Sorry for that one. Naputol ako. So, as I mentioned, we try to look on this one. So it is a good thing to know that it has been postponed. So the guys who are looking for this one right now will be able to take the examination.
Ben, pakishare mo yung screen mo.
Come on, M. Cannot see the mouse is not really looking.
Are you trying to go back to the PowerPoint?
Yep, the screen. No, not this one. The Facebook. No, this one shared data. Can you?
Oh, is it done?
Yeah, it's not shared. You can. Is it shared now? Is it shared? How can I think so?
We still don't see it.
Yep, sorry. We're trying to check it out.
It's there now.
Can you check it out if it's shared in your computer?
Yeah, it's sharing now. Thank you.
Yeah, my kid is also open with his computer so that he could help me. Yeah, so this is the output here. So that's the importance of this one. That
Wrong screen.
huh?
Wrong screen.
What long screen?
Wrong screen. There.
It's better now. Yep, show your monitor. Yep, so that's it. Many guys are happy because starting January 1, it will be much harder because of Agile Foundation. They will be putting revisions of something. So that's the difference in that one. So also here, the next one is a blog I created since 2013, just after taking the exam, sharing the things I did. So you could see here the study materials I did. PM book was still 4th and 5th edition. It is 6th or now. So that's how we did, read twice and everything. Mababasa nyo rito. So PM book is this one. Can you see me here? This is the book here. I have a hard copy for that one. Rita is a very good one because it is simplified. If you try to read the PM book, it is a little bit harder to understand. So Rita is, what you call this one, is much better here. 7th edition, I'm not sure if it is already there. This is Rita also, makapal. Meron din akong hard copy. So try to invest on book. So that is a good one, the good book also. So Andy Crow is also a good one. I have it. Andy Crow pala yung pinakita kong nauna. Andy Crow. So it is Andy Crow book. What is good with this one is simple. It is actually simple explanation. With this online course, there is a lot, so you could just select it. I did the Simply Learn. Try to go also for the ones with Dr. Australia. That is a very good one. Very popular. During the time, wala pa yun. So some courses at trial. So it's really good to go with this one. You may hear some things like boot camp, and you're paying thousands of money, right? 1,000 before the exam. I don't go for that one. I don't think there is a shortcut for learning. Not at all. It is very expensive, and you could see that. Parang mag-exam ka ng board exam sa civil, tapos papunta ka kay Besabilia. Negosyo. Ang hirap nun. Magtaas ng bayad, then there is no assurance. We have that also here. They call it boot camp. Boot camp, that's it. Then the very basic important thing is build a strong foundation on the concept, the principles involved first, and it is best to concentrate in just a few books. I really recommend Rita, which is very simple. With the PM book, then after that one, you move on with the examination and mock practice. Of course, the scheme and recommendation, you get to know your vision, your reason, your aim and goal, examination. Tapos, you become a PMI member, because with being a PMI member, you have discounts in with a lot of things and a lot of materials also in there. Then, as I mentioned, other than the best to attend the project management course to supplement it. That is what I did with Ryerson. It is free. Latest credential handbook, definitely that should be done first actually. Then most important is to gain your confidence, to increase your confidence. Try to take a lot of mock practices. As I mentioned, try to get at least 80% and above with all of them. So a lot of free items and even on internet and everything. You go along with those things and maximize using all those items in there. And as I mentioned, I have a lot also, and I'm sharing it as paying it forward for what I have received previously. I have hundreds, thousands of Q&A I could share to whoever is serious in getting the examination. So these links, I have checked all of them. They're all working. Previously, some of them were not working, but I changed it a bit. PMC is good. So you click all these things, you gain a lot of this, a lot of new insights, a lot of free items. Yep, so Simply Learn, this is the one I made. PM Study is also good one. And Brain Book, Deep Fried Brain, that is also good. So there is a lot of new ones also. Try to check, which is good in terms of the price and everything. So a lot more. So the most important thing here is really you got to set the date so that you have a deadline for yourself. If you do not put a deadline of yourself, you will not be moving. So that is the clue. You give your papers immediately so that you have a definite time. So overall, I found the exam relatively fair and challenging. That required preparation. So overall, that's it. Yeah, I have been sharing it for some. And continuously, if you have any questions, even during the time that you will be taking the review and everything, you just put it here. I will try to answer anytime. So we have some here, all the questions here. Yep, even some authors took some of my feedback too. We have it for this one. He has a book. He took the feedback from different applicants who took the examination. Tagal mag-open. So basically, That's what this thing is showing. So as I mentioned, yep, certification. There are some. This is the feedback from a certain one getting book. So he is actually condensing the feedback from each of those who have taken. Pagiging part ng libro niya, dapat meron tayong royalty dito. So these are feedback. Build a strong foundation, as I mentioned a while ago. Become a PMI member, very important. Make your own notes, really very important, especially in the last part of the home stretch, so that you have something to read. The more practice exams, the more content you feel, right? So I'm just reading the important ones here. You will have a 10 minutes break later on. Don't worry. My group here is giving me some feedback. So what's the time now? So that is basically the concept in there. So that's how it works in there. We go back to this one. This is nothing showing for now. Yep. So Q&A actually. I have the Q&A here. We try to answer it faster, I would say. Why did I fail the PMP exam when I studied so long and so hard? Ano sa tingin nyo? Kulang pa siguro yung pag-aaral. O kulang ng concentration. A lot of answers. Nothing is wrong actually. I am terrible at mathematics and at formulas. How will I ever be able to do all these and values questions? Anong dapat gawin? Pause pa more, right? Dapat concentrate yung formulas, try to study them in and out, especially the principles, and do a lot of math. It is the practice that make you perfect. Practice makes perfect. Third one, I took a few practice tests and I did okay with them. So why I did the fail PMP exam? No, sa tingin nyo? Kulang pa rin siguro, ano? It could be anything. Kaya hindi pa rin pumapasa. So try to push more if that's the case. Then there is another one. Can you help me with the risk and quality, please? Yeah, you got to study risk management and everything. Number 5, what to do to score in order to pass the exam. And I can get below proficient in more than one category. It is still possible to pass the exam even if you are low in one, if it is balanced with higher things in other one. How long should it take me to study effectively and pass the exam? Gano'ng katagal tingin nyo? 2 months, 3 months? Depende sa conforme daw. Sabi ni Pares Jerry. Dapat talaga may forecast kayo. It depends if you are working or you have a deep knowledge of it. Ako, inabot ako, kulang-kulang, hindi naman umabot ng 1 taon, 6 to 7 months siguro. Dahil working ako, then gusto ko talaga pinapalis. Nag-exam ako ng March ata natapos yung ko, Simply Learn, tapos November ako nag-take. So, but the most important is you got the deadline for yourself. The next one, how long should it take me to study it effectively? Yan na pala kanina. Do I really have to read the guide, PM book twice, like everyone says? No need. If you can do it once, why go with it? Or you go it with the simpler one. Go with Rita to do it. Tapos, meron ding isa, pwede po ba sa mga hindi pa immigrant? Odette asked this one. She is from Cebu. I was actually just a question yesterday. As I mentioned, the beauty of PMP and LEED is you can get your credential or license even before coming to Canada. Again, a very good example is Alain. Diyan pa ba si Alain? Bago siya pumunta ng Canada, license na dito. Kaya noong nandito siya, isang buwan lang yata, wala pa, meron na siyang work na maganda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is a very good example again of that one. So, kahit sa Pilipinas pa lang, kuha na. And you try to tell the kids, the younger generations, we have architect and engineer Aris Arcangel here. They are teaching engineering and architecture in Divine Word College at Northwestern University. So that is how it works. So actually, if you want to see the answers for this one, pindot nyo lang ito. Pindot ko ito. Sinare ko rin sa kwan. Sinare ko rin sa dito. Nasa FB rin yun sa baba. So, basahin nyo yun ng mas comprehensive. It is actually ito. Kala nyo, lahat sineshare ko. So, nandito, basahin nyo yung proper answers doon. So, you will get a more comprehensive explanation of those things. Next one is Q&A na, kung meron man. Break. We will close the PMP fully before we go to the break. Any Q&A?
Ben, Sisid.
Go ahead, bro.
Kasi napansin ko, lahat ng reference ibinigay mo na sa amin eh.
yung kulang na lang ang wala.
Ipopropose ko sana sa mga participants ngayon kung interested sila will form a review for PMP exam.
Oo, open tayo.
Yes,
yeah, everything is there. And that has been going on for actually 7-8 years now. If you try to see this one, this is my LinkedIn. Tignan nyo rin yung LinkedIn ko, pero promote ko dahil malamang ito. You could actually put that as a publication. You publish that one. So I put my PMP exam way back in 2013. But only this, I think, LinkedIn may tinakaw sa space, kaya tinanggal nila. If you click this one, nothing. LEED Green Associate, I posted it 2012. So I took my exams 2 years, 3 years just after landing here. 12, 13, and everything. Then CET, I have already posted also my CET before, 2012 pa. So, nandyan na. Actually, they are there since then. Hinahanap nyo siguro yung PM, coming soon, Insyaallah. God willing, 100% sure. So, you got to share things para umiikot lang yung umiikot yung grasya. Yeah, so any more questions here? Bago tayo mag 10 minutes break. Mukhang nasagot ko na lahat Okay, ating medyo may Q&A before.
Hello, Ben.
Actually, you can share it later on. Yep, go ahead. Who is this?
Si Joseph ito. Tanong ko lang anong mode ng examination ngayon para sa PMP?
Oo nga. Hindi, nakon natin. Actually, what is good with PMP is, and PMP and LEED, linagay ko rin din. You can get the PMP exam and the LEED exam in the comfort of your home, in your pajamas. Can you beat that? So you can take the exam at home. So that is the trend, and it is really very good. That thing happened because of the coronavirus situation we have in here. So that one happened. It happened yung nauna yung PMP. So it is being done about 2 months na since we start ng COVID. Then almost a month na rin yung LEED natin. You can take it wherever you want. So there is a criteria there in the handbook how you get this one requirement in terms of the computer requirements. It should be a good one. And what is project management professional is using not Prometrics. Popular kasi yung Prometrics, yung ang pangalan niya Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE. So that's how we use it. And if you take the examination, some of the criteria, of course, a good computer and internet connection. You got to be in a closed door. Ibig sabihin sa room mo, you got to close because if somebody comes in that you are taking the exam, you will be stop taking the examination. So there is some sort of checking around with your camera, 360 degrees. They will be checking all around, including your work table. They will be checking. You will be showing it with the proctor. There is a proctor there. So binabantayan ka the whole duration. Walang kawala.
Okay.
4 hours. 4 hours yung project management professional. So there is a 10 minutes break actually in between before you go for the next half of the examination.
Sir.
Okay, follow-up question pa.
Okay lang, go ahead. Sino ito?
Mike.
Si Sid,
Okay, Mike. Okay lang, Sid. Yeah.
in-implement na ba nila yung bagong PMP exam?
Not
Yeah.
yet. It will happen that's why I'm always telling those na nagre-ready, they will give it, I think January 2, January. So it is really good to fast track this time because may madadagdag yung agile.
Yes.
Already agile methodology and they are saying it will almost double the content.
I know.
Ano yun? Yung bang anong yun is 2021? January 2021?
Yeah, that will be January. That was the first one I
Okay.
post before.
Can we do review online for January?
With whom?
Kung sino yung interested sa atin dito sa grupo ngayon?
Yeah, for sure. And it is a very good in the forums in the LinkedIn. We have, I think I have shown that one. There are forums, a lot of forums in the LinkedIn. You join that one. That is a very good. Doon ko pinost yung mga ko initial ko. A lot of conversation like this one. I passed my PMP, so I joined this group, PMI Project Portfolio Management.
Okay. So Ben, just to clarify lang, so ang PMP exam, kung ngayon ka mag-a-apply and then mapasa nila o mag-go ahead nila, so up to January 2021, yung pang old exam, wala pa yung agile.
Oo, ganun ang kanya. So
Okay.
we still have 7-8 months to go.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yep. Any more questions?
Sir, may question ako. Si Bayani Santos ito.
Okay, Bayani, welcome.
Thank you. 2014 nag-exam ako. Kaso lang hindi ako pumasa dahil kumukuha rin ako ng technical. 2015.
Okay, yep.
Kasi sumabay sa technical exams ko ng PNs. So PNs yung nag-push through. So PNs na ako ngayon. Ang PMP ko ang hindi pumasa. So ngayon ang tanong ko kung paano sir mag-retake hindi na ako nag-renew ng membership, tapos kung panibago application ba ulit yun, yung mga 35 hours tapos yung
because every year yung renewal sa every year ang renewal sa PMP, saka may konting bayad, very minimal.
No, I mean the application for exams. Do I need to submit all my hours, yung hours ng mga project management hours, yung cost, yung
most
hours
likely because it is most likely it will be. Bakit? Kamo? Baka pati application mo. The application because especially it is 6 years already. So it is something
6 years.
debating. something debatable. I could not speak for the PMI actually, but pag ako ang nasa kalagayan nila, I would say, yes, you get to submit everything.
Oh, okay. So the hours ulit. Kasi that time may 4,600 na akong hours. Siyempre ngayon mas marami na dahil
Yung, yeah. Yung sinasabi mo palang hours, yung experience.
Yeah, experience hours, yes, correct.
Okay.
So do I need to send again the hours, everything? Kasi dire-diretso naman yung work ko. Pero hindi na kasi hindi na yun ang naging focus ko. Ngayon nakita ko na pwede ako mag-take ulit na exam. Before hindi pa ako ready. Ngayon okay na ako. So naisip ko lang kung babalik na naman ba ako sa panibagong application or should I just reactivate my application to take the exam.
I have not encountered that one. 6 months. Personal opinion ko lang naman na yung time is looks very long na. So you may have to resubmit. Parang EIT rin sa PEO. Mag-expire ng 7 years. Papalit na. I-close yung EIT mo eh. So there must be some
Hello,
but yeah.
Parang parehas tayo kasi I also applied for PMI exam last year. But I was not so successful, so I was given the chance to retake the next one, but I refused to do so because I feel like it's not enough time for me to review. So ngayon iniisip ko I'll take another chance maybe within this year.
Yeah. Actually, nasa regulations you could take the exam 3 times in a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Magkuhan ka ng parang after 3 times na nag-exam ka within a year, dapat mag-resubmit ka na naman. So most likely that will overpower the case of Bayani of 6 years. 100% sure na dapat mag-resubmit.
Yes.
Yeah. May ruling na ganun eh. 3 times lang.
Thank you. Yeah, tingin ko kailangan
ko lang. Oo, madali lang yung kanya.
Sir Bayani, si Aline po to.
Hello, Aline.
Kasi director po ako ng mentorship dito sa BC ng PMI.
Yeah, he's a director na kagad. Yeah.
Opo. Kailangan nyo po ulit mag-resubmit everything. Kasi nga po tama po yung sinabi ni Sir Bench. Parang 1 year po kailangan mong mag-retake.
Okay. Yeah. So, nawalan kasi ako ng oras dahil nag-focus ako sa engineering, sa license.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay, so mag-resubmit na lang ako ulit. Yun pala, may tanong din ako kasi sabi niyo sa bahay na yung kuha ng exam, no? Natatandaan ko close book to eh. Paano yung 360 na camera? Ang camera computer lang, di ba? Yung sa harap, yung maliit na computer camera.
The whole detail of this one is actually in the handbook. At saka binasa ko yun ang description niya. Perhaps they will be requiring you, even your cell phone itself in the starting. Kahit sa starting siguro, gamitin mo yung cellphone mo, iikot mo nga.
Iikot.
O iikot mo 360 pag merong sa may mga wall, tapos including in your workstation nakalagay. Inulit ko kagabi.
Kasi mas relax na kung kukuha sa bahay. Mas malaki yung chance pumasa.
Pero ang sabi niya, dapat talaga i-close mo yung door. Ewan ko kung yung LEED, yung nabasa ko, o yung PMP. Pero yung ruling nila halos parehas lang ng in-house. So if you remember, papunta tayo lahat dito sa mechanism na ganito. Pati sa PN ngayon, di ba? Sa PN is, PEO is now getting aligned or they actually did na yung examination. The same book. So it is almost all provincial bodies sa Canada na pare-pareho ang exam lang sa kan. So
ang PH naman kasi ang technical exams naman ng PH open book. So okay lang na maging sa bahay kasi open book naman siya eh. So time limited lang. Open book ang mga exams sa PNs, ang technical exams. Ang fluid mechanics lang yung may mga subjects sila na specific na closed book, pero karamihan ng mga exams nila, thermodynamics, for mechanical, right? So, open book lahat yun. So, okay lang talaga na nasa nasa bahay, pwede. Di ba? Basta ma-submit mo. Pero yung etong PMP ay closed book. So marami siyang di ba, may chart siya, pwede mo makita, di ba? Pwede talagang makita mo 'yon kasi yung kinakabisado natin noon na mahirap kabisaduhin sa PMP exams. Oo. Yung chart.
Yun ang pinakabuhay niya, pinakabiblia, pinaka-kwan.
Yeah. Ayun yung pinakamahirap.
51049.
Yeah, correct. Ayun ang pinakamahirap na part ng PMP. Pero kung magiging open book siya, I mean, maging house siya, mas kung mas relax yung isip mo, pwedeng pumasa nga talaga. Mas malaking chance.
But I was thinking, even if it is open book, lalo kang magkakaraming wala kang time mag-open ng libro.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah.
Ito, sir. Kasi po 400, 4 hours siya, tapos 200 questions. You only have like a minute and 12 seconds to answer each one. Kaya parang confident sila na nakalagay lang sa webcam kasi makikita naman nila if you're looking elsewhere yung mga proctor.
Yeah, that is how it works. And going back to the initial question, ang sinasabi kong sa PN naman, technical exams is not yet really in-house, but what is in-house is pwede na rin in-house yung hindi pa rin ating in-house. I was mentioning na parehas na yung examination, yung gagamiting libro and everything throughout Canada.
Yung PPE lang muna ata?
Oo, yung
professional practice examination.
Yeah, professional practice. Yeah. Pwede pa naman tayong mag-question ulit mamaya. So we just move a little bit tapos mag-break tayo. Punta tayo sa last yata. Mag-break tayo tapos punta tayo sa Juan. Go ahead.
Pwede po mag-last question?
Okay lang.
Ang question ko po regarding gender diversity. So obviously parang majority ng nasa project management are male. It's a male dominated profession. So kumusta po yung perception sa babaeng project manager dito sa Canada? And nag-check lang po ako ng general observation niyo about that, and siguro encouragement na rin.
Okay, yeah. Directly, I would say that the number of female project managers is directly proportional to the population itself. Dahil talagang construction naman, mas marami ang lalaki, kaya lumalabas na mas marami. But I have met two ladies. They are not in construction. One is a nurse and the other was in an HR. Mga Pinay pa yun. I was looking last night, pero hindi ko makita. So I will be showing last two slides nito, a list of PMPs together. Wala akong nahagilap na babae. I mean, nahagilap akong 3 babae. So I hope this will convince you to take the examination for this one. Then I would say, yep, may mga babae rin na dito. So I'm trying to locate that part where we are in now. We are actually here in Q&A. So I will proceed, and this will answer a part of your question. So may babae at the same time commensurate sa population. So this is the answer also. So Q&A, balik tayo. So ito yung books na sabi ko, ginamit. Pinapakita ko kanina. Na-shot ko rin. 6th edition, status 1. And ito yung matatanggap nyo para alam nyo. Tama? So ito yung sa akin, medyo advanced 2022. Kay Bro Renan, pinakita na dati 2024 na siya eh. Wala ata si Bro Renan ngayon. I'm not sure if he's around. Then this other one is the assertive exam report. Makikita nyo that the examination is not numbers, it is just wordings. And the upper part here in the top is the final answer is the green one, right? So makita nyo ito, above target lahat yung sa kanya. So that is the outcome. So the next slide, bago tayo mag-off ng konti, pinakita ko na. Meron tayong, anong tawag nito? Meron tayong kung sa EFCA para sa mga inhinyero. About 75 na ngayon. Get to have your name in there. And as of my counting this time, there are 16 PMPs sa kwan. 16 yung kwan, yung PMPs natin. So try to go with this one. We have Jonas nasa Econ na, Melvin sa Alberta ito, Tiger nasa kwan na, Metrolix na ata siya. Si Jack, here sa UPian, of course, Renan, tapos our author of Fran, Gerard doon. Halos kilala ko lahat ito personal. Alain, our book author, Rodney also. Ang mentor niya si Dr. Estrella, of course Joseph, Metrolinx. Di ko pa personal nakausap si Rogelio, together with Roland, Jericho, they are together as a planner. John Paul, he is just 2 years here. He is the communications manager at Lakeshore PMI. Tapos ito, they're aspiring to come here in Canada. Take note, PMP LEED. He is an electrical engineer sa Dubai. So, kahit electrical engineer kayo, kuha kayo ng PMP, kuha kayo ng LEED. Nandito. So, that should be the good one. 16, ipopost ko ito para yung mga exam, alam nilang mentor nila, alam nila yung tatakbuhan nila. Next one, this is the answer of Our Lady. Ito na lang pinalitan. The left one, we have 3 ladies here. So actually 3 ladies possible. Only they are not penalized, but as I mentioned, and they are in CSRP, that is in human resources. Human resources then. The other lady is in social welfare. Can you beat that? That's what I'm saying, that PMP is applicable to everybody. This one is also a different course, a young lady. So that should give you an insight that go for it, whatever your dream.
Thanks.
Additional lamang para dun sa lady na nagtanong. Marami kasing mga nakakadaupang palad tayo sa construction. Mga ladies din, foreigner, iba taga-Russia. Pero hindi ko alam. Marami sila sa construction pero hindi sila nakakuha ng PMP. I don't know what's hindering them from getting their PMP. But they are prominently, sa lahat ng mga project na nakita ko, about 40% are female. So whether project coordinator or estimator or naka-assign din sila sa site. So parang hindi mas maganda pagka yung mga kung titingnan natin yung population na construction ladies sa construction men, wala namang malaking diferensya. Ang problema lamang, hindi ko alam kung bakit hindi sila nakuha ng PMP.
Okay.
In my case naman po, sa sort of technology projects ako, and then digital transformations ganyan. So medyo diverse din yung project managers doon, but based sa nakikita ko, marami pa rin yung boys, but I think na medyo na-change na siya ngayon. Although I understand na sa construction kasi it's very physical, it's a physical profession. So,
Yep. So,
Sir Ben, Joseph,
yep.
if may I add, sa ano lang sa tanong ni ma'am, if you are, ano ma'am, kung gusto nyo, mag-join kayo sa PMI chapters dito, kung nasa Toronto kayo, mapapansin nyo lahat ng members halos lahat members ng PMI is ITs. Karamihan. Nung umattend ako minsan ng isang event, ilan lang kaming nasa construction job or business. So I encourage you ma'am na to join PMI kahit na hindi pa kayo PMP. And doon mas may encourage kayo lalo.
Yeah, mag-grow doon. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so we'll have our break. Isa na lang yata, break time talaga. So it was long, but I hope it is really very useful. We'll have the next one after 10 minutes. Ano yung oras ngayon? 4:51, so we'll have it 5:01. I hope the first part is very interesting to you. I'm pretty sure the next one will be the same intensity as the first one. Thank you. So we will come back 5:02.
Hello?
Yeah, is that okay to you?
Yeah, sure. Sure, Ben. Okay, thank you. Gusto ko lang yung mga interesadong participate doon sa online review sa PMP. We will try to organize it later after this event. Kung
Okay. Yeah, okay lang yun. Yeah. Whatever, wherever we are, we could always communicate naman.
Yeah. So after this program, then maybe we could talk a little bit more about it.
Yep. So I'm hoping na huwag bababa yung score. Ilan na ba tayo ngayon? Hindi ko masili pa. 48? 47. I hope when we come back it will be 57.
Ben?
Sure.
Benji?
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Nandiyan ka lang sa EGJAX ngayon, ano? Kailan ka babalik sa Colombia?
Sa Juan, meron na akong schedule sa middle of June. Sino ito? Hindi ko kagad Juan?
Joseph.
Joseph Cargason?
No. Mang Robang.
Okay, bro. Yeah. So, ikaw rin, kunin mo na yung PMP mo. Long overdue.
Hindi, kaya ako na itanong, baka naman ako magtutuloy tayo na review tapos wala ka.
And we'll try to parang self-help ito.
Yeah.
We
will try to organize ourselves.
Nandyan ako palagi. Una nga yung mga papel ko na makikita mamaya. They're all in Facebook. So it's very handy.
Thank you.
Okay, 5:02. Balik tayo. Thank you, Joseph.
Hi, Sir Ben.
I should be getting this one. Here.
Narinig mo na ako, Sir Ben?
Okay lang, bro.
Baka naka-break si Ma'am Nelly.
Okay, so andun ka.
Okay, so I think we can start now.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Nandito si Nelly.
Okay. Oh. Sorry, we're here.
Yep. So, yeah, majority is not on. Yeah, just fine. So,
May question ka, Sir Benji, kay Ma'am Nelly, or?
Wala naman. Okay lang.
Oh, kasi akala ko hinahanap mo siya.
Ako din.
Iba kasing ito. Yes, it's yep. So we start with the second part. Yeah, I'm just looking at the participants. It's good.
We have 42 participants still. So still good numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, so sabi ko nga marami sa Pilipinas talagang hindi nila tinulugan din. Hopefully okay yung recording natin, pwede nating ilagay.
Sir, hindi ko siya kasi hindi ayaw kong mabura. Baka
Yep,
pag pinost ko siya, baka kung magkaroon na naman ng glitches, sayang yung naunang
Yep, that is good, bro. So, yep, I could not really determine if they're in their seats now. I really appreciate if they could just put it video. Mas okay rin yun. Nakita mo. Pero hindi mo rin masabi. So,
Hello,
start na tayo din.
Benji, nandito si Joseph.
Yep, Joe, kamusta? Yeah. Okay, so we start with this one, LEED, Leadership in Energy and Environment Design. Nandito si Bro Ace, siya ang kwan natin dito. Si Ace ang manager natin dito sa LEED. She got LEED AP with BD plus C and AP, Wellness and Health. So we proceed with this one. If you try to see on this one, and the left part, LEED Green Associate is basically the very foundation of the LEED AP, which is going to different types. So it is actually similar with the project management professional. Meron specialty. After getting the PMP or after getting the LEED GA, you could further go to your specialization depending upon your interest. That is how it works. So the other one here is, pertaining to the concept of LEED. So LEED, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, it is actually the same with PMP. This could be taken by anybody. You don't have to be an engineer or whatever. So long as you have interest in the environment, you could take this one, and it is good to have it. I saw students even in high school, just finished high school, they got LEED AP. I'm thinking of I have seen a lot. Yeah, so it's good to have that credential immediately as part of your credential. Maganda nga. So this could be adapted even for those in the not just for engineers but in property management. Ano pa? This is applicable to architects, very much with the architects here, with civil engineers, mechanical engineers, even technicians and technologists, HVAC. Again, this concept is you got to be a jack of all trade. A little bit of electrical, a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of everything, mechanical, like ACE. So it is a plus factor, lalo na it is also connected to beam foundation ito, building beam concept. So what does, this is the general table of contents. What does LEED mean? What is LEED building? Why is LEED important? Yeah. What are the benefits of being LEED certified? What are the 4 levels of LEED certification? Medyo nakakalito. Bakit paraming LEED? There is actually a scoring for the LEED building na sinasabi, meron din yung LEED professional, yung tao. So ganun ang takbo nito. Baka nalilito kayo. Bakit 4 levels of LEED certification? Anong sinasabi nito? Tao ba ito? Yung building ito? So there is such thing as pagka walang LEED professional certification, it means the building. LEED credit categories. So we will see that one, taking the exam and others. So next slide here. What does LEED mean? So again, we have taken it while I call leadership in energy and environmental design, a certification program focus for new, hindi lang new, commercial building, hindi lang commercial, marami pa, projects and based upon a point system. The more points you earn, the higher your rating. So a lot of buildings, especially new ones, sa downtown, almost everywhere you could see the brush type in their wall, what type of LEED certification they have. Right? Parang nagiging ito, insignia o itong pinaka-medal ng mga building. Marami ito pagka magandang building. So this is US Green Building. This was the first one, institution and profit organization who led this one. So we have a counterpart also in Canada. And all other countries, they also have this one. The GBCI, another organization tied up with green building or the certification. So as I mentioned, it is an internationally recognized building certification system, which gives third-party verification that the building was designed and built using strategies aimed at improving performance across different matrix. So this matrix may be energy savings, water efficiency, then yung carbon footprint, carbon dioxide emission reduction, improve environmental quality, and the stewardship of resources and being sensitive with the impacts they make. Ilan ba tayo? Bumaba ba yung score natin o tumaas? Same? May umalis? Hindi ko makita.
42.
Okay, yeah. So next one is what are the benefits of being a LEED certified? Walang professional na word dito. Which means, building ang pinag-uusapan. If LEED certified, the building or the structure has a reduced energy and water usage, which is very good. Lower operating costs, lower construction waste, reduce liability, more durable buildings, which is very good. It supports the local economy, resale value is higher, and indoor air quality. There is a concept sometimes that being LEED is expensive, but in the reality, it is true that we have higher initial investment, but in the long run, it will be more positive because of the savings out of the lower maintenance and everything, and of course, a better place to live in. So we have mentioned this one a while ago in parallel with this one. Water saving, energy efficiency, and everything. Ito tayo sa kabila. So what is LEED? May video naman dito. So this is a short video about LEED. We try to play it. Hopefully the sound is okay. Try to check the sound first. Wait.
Ask us to hear it.
Hmm.
Can they hear it?
Okay,
No audio. No.
it's working.
It's okay.
No audio.
No audio?
That's what I said earlier.
No, the connector going.
I was asking if
This one should be dragged here. That's why. You can go back.
Building material choices and driving in.
Where is the control here? Wait. No, there will be.
LEED, or Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, is a green building certification program that recognizes best-in-class building strategies and practices across the globe. LEED promotes better buildings, places that complement our environment and enhance our communities, places that give people better, brighter, healthier spaces to live, work, and play. To receive LEED certification, projects pursue credits that earn points. Prerequisites and credits differ for each rating system. Teams choose the rating system that best fits their project. After the team completes the review process, the project is awarded a certification level based on the number of points earned. So, if you're serious about saving money, conserving energy, making better building material choices, and driving innovation, then LEED is the best choice for you. Ready to learn more? Visit usgbc.org/lead.
It's a compact video, but malamang. So the message or the info is very good. So why is it LEED important? It's also part of the video. It reduces the stress of the environment. They are more energy and resource efficient. They generate less waste and lower the use of energy, water, and other resources. So there is some percentages and the reduction or savings on different parameters like water, waste output, electric consumption, and greenhouse gas emissions. What about this so-called USGBC and Canada Green Building Council? What are these two? So these are the bodies that are supporting the LEED concept. The USGBC is founded in 1993. Then here in Canada, it came 10 years after. It is a private non-profit organization that promotes sustainability of building, design, construction, and operation. So it is known for the green building rating system and partnered with GBCI. So later, GBCI is a separate entity and they are the one responsible for certification together with the USGBC. So that's how it works with that one. Next slide. This is the one that was shown in the video a while ago. Parang kanito ang tawag nito. Parang networking. May certified silver, gold, at saka platinum. Parang Amway. So, what are the 4 levels of this certification? So we have this point system that gives the title for the building, whatever it is. So what is happening in actual construction is, even in the conception itself, you get to know what is your target, your baseline. How much do you intend to have? Yeah, it's good. Bro Elmer is here. He's also a LEED GA. As you mentioned, it has been a long time ago. So this is a matter of review. So we have this one, depending upon the target. Umpisa pa lang yung bahay or whatever, you should know your target na, so that you can monitor if you are achieving these things, and you can see whether you will be achieving that one. So score mo kaagad. For example, you are attending, going for a goal, 60 points. perhaps you make a plan that is at least 70 or 80 points, so that may allowance just in case there is some sort of slippage in the implementation, it will still attain gold, or vice versa. You are attaining gold, but you are vying for gold, but you are going for platinum. So it is part of it. So if you are part of a team, a big project, sa initiation pa lang. So there is actually a parallelism, or I would say very close relationship between LEED and PMP. So the people involved in LEED are also working together with the people, the project managers, starting from the initiation and planning, so that they could attain the targeted level or category they are aiming. So what are these things? These are the so-called credit categories. Credit categories are basically the items wherein you can gain points in the mechanism. So you got the point target for each of these. One, innovation and design. You could see innovation 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 7, or 7. Sometimes this is not 7, it could be 8 or 9 because of differences in the version. So I'm not really sure how much is the latest now. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think this is just 7, the picture. So because of innovation, perhaps not so long, there will be an additional one here. I think what is new is the awareness and education. So dito nagkaka-score sa construction, so that your category will be increased. So what are the LEED professional credentials? LEED Green Associate, parang PMP ito. LEED AP with specialty after gaining LEED Green Associate. Take your green building career to the next level. It is actually a foundational professional credential signifying core competency in green building principle. So kahit ito munang mag-start ka rito, huwag kang jump kagad dito. It is possible to go jump immediately here. Huwag kang kukuha ng green mo, pwede. It is allowed. Kaya mo, gawin mo. LEED AP with specialty and advanced professional credential signifying expertise in green building and LEED rating system. So yung mga gustong kumuha, lalo na yung mga arkitekto natin, you give some time for this one, 100% you get it. Not so difficult, madali lang ito. So LEED Green Associate, first move always is for the candidate handbook. Parang PMP, parallel na sila. Because this is the handbook that will guide you with all the requirements, with the costs, with your everything. So that would be great. You are a project manager or the building superintendent and you got the LEED. Kayang-kaya mo lahat. Talagang marka mo at saka linya mo. So review the study materials and access exam prep. Same, a lot of free materials too. So the exam is just 2 hours. Napakaliit and has 100 multiple choice questions. Mabilis lang. Review exam details. LEED Green Associate must earn 15. This is the CPD. Huwag mo lang problemahin ito later na. But I know some guys, even PMP, pinaghirapan nila ng matagal yung PMP nila, na-loss nila. Sayang naman nung PMP. Now they want to get it again. So I know some guys who like those ones. Huwag niyong gawin yun. Magkano lang yung ibabayad. And it could also happen to LEED in your CET or whatever. Do not lose them because they are good credentials and you have invested a lot of your time and effort. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Next one, again, this is the book LEED Green Associate. 19 pages lang ate ito. This one is very small and these are the two very basic books. It is actually the same as this one. Pag nakita niyo ako rito, manipis lang, oh. Parang nagbabasa lang kayo ng comics nito. kuha nyo kaagad dito. Medyo just give time. I-lesson nyo yung kwan. I-lesson nyo yung Facebook. Dito kayo mag-Facebook muna. Mabilis lang ito. So, yep. So that is the way how it is taken. This is the distribution of points. LEED exam breakdown as per knowledge domain. So LEED GA is the very foundation, and these are the specialty. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 knowledge domain categories wherein the exam is distributed. Again, this is 100 points. There are 15. So similar sa PMP, 25, right? And this one also 15 that is put in there and distributed so that they are used to gather data for analysis of future examination. So if you are a LEED GA, these are the points you have. LEED AP, mas maliit. So that is how it works. So step by step, go first with your LEED GA before anything else. So next one, this is the amount you will be paying. Maliliit lang, 250. May mga discount pagka USGBC ka. Same with CAGBC. Prerequisite, none? Totoo ba yan? O ibig sabihin, pwede ka na. Ganon kabilis. Walang prerequisite actually. Not exactly, none. But it means it is really lax. Hindi masyado mabigat. We will expand this one. Hindi ko sinulat ito. Ito talaga kinapi-paste ko lang itong part na itong nakasulat none. Makikita niyo mamaya bakit none. Timing format 100 multiple choice questions. Mabilis lang. Language, marami. Pinoy lang ang wala. Filipino lang ang wala. Coming soon. Scoring, a passing of score of 170 out of 200. Paano nangyari? Paano ang kwenta? 100 yung pagtotalin mo lahat yung kanina, that is actually 100 points ito. Pinindot ko eh. Pinindot 15, 85. Tapos bakit magiging 200? Ibig sabihin, the weight distribution is not the same. Some might be 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, or whatever. Others, especially the 15 numbers, no weight at all. No weight at all. So basically, that is how it works. So go for it. Huwag natin concentrate dito. Huwag kayong mag-reschedule. Kaya huwag nating pag-usapan para huwag niyong gawin. So, tuloy natin, eligibility. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, none. Although the word none there, it looks impossible naman na pupunta ka doon na wala kang alam, right? So there should be some exposure to LEED and green building concepts through educational courses, volunteering or work experience prior to testing. So, hindi sila stricto pero nasa sa inyo kung gusto nyo. You must ask your parent. O, tignan mo. 8, ata ito. Sa baba, hindi ko makita. 18. O, under 18, pwede pa. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, high school pa lang, pwede kang may LEED GA, dagdag. Dagsag sa credential mo. Whether you prefer to have it in your name or it is your preference not to put it at all. I prefer to put it because that will be helpful for you. Pag kumuha ka ng work, nakikita ka agad ng HR, may dagdag yung credential mo. Even without reading your resume. Disciplinary action, huwag nating basahin yan, huwag niyong gawin. Personal experience eligibility requirement. Ano yun? LEED and green building concepts through educational courses and volunteering work. O pwedeng volunteering or work experience prior to testing. So, ito yung personal experience ko, bakit kumuha ko ng LEED? Bakit kumuha ka na naman? Anong gagawin mo rito? Diba? That could be your question. Mahilig ako nito eh. So it is actually It's helpful. I have been doing this type of thing even in my way back in the Philippines. Dahil pwede kang maraming racket dito. Sa civil engineering, maraming racket sa Pilipinas. Master plumber. Ako ng master plumber. Pati electrical engineer ngayon doon pwede kumuha. Pati chemical engineer pwede kumuha ng master plumber. Are you aware? Magkano ang isang enduro doon? 300 or 250. Isang hotel, magkakaroon ka ng 15,000 kaagad, isang pindot. Bayad kagad yung kalahating buwan mo. Pag nakita niyo yung nag-push yung sa akin, yun ang sabi niya. So, if you are a master plumber going for examination in the Philippines, contact me. I will give you a complete free review material for master plumber. Kuha kayo ng master plumber, maraming pera doon. Yun ang racket ko sa isa noon. My kids knows it because dala-dala ko yung dala-dala ko yung dry share ko kahit saan sa kwan. So may 15,000 ka, may 10,000 ka. Building official pa ako, kuha ko lahat. Legal naman, kumuha ko ng permission sa mayor at saka sa civil service. Especially during that time, master plumber is very few. So it was really a good money. So dala-dala ko palagi yung stamp ko. Together with civil sa Pinas, wala na ngayon. Napakarami na rin master plumber ngayon dahil sabi ko kahit chemical engineer kumukuha. So marami tayong reviewer. Not mine, but through contact, I have one guy who has shared complete reviewer for master plumber. So contact nyo ako, bigay ko yung kayo ang makipag-usap sa kanya. Libre. Libre, wala naman siyang hinihingi. Kaya, meron lang naman ibang tao, humihingi ng bayad. Pinibenta yung reviewer, which should not be the case. So, same with the LEED, that's what I'm saying. Wala na rin ng junior geodetic ngayon, unlike before. Pwede pa. Isang kambing, isang weekend, mag-survey kayo ng konti. So it's like that. Then that's the time also that we get in contact with Bro Ernesto Malika. He is a structural engineer at ASEP. We're also part of the group with ASEP noon. So was able to get that one. So part of the requirement, work experience. Bakit ako napunta ng LEED? Part of the bridging programs here at saka we are still starting in Canada. I work in a Canadian solar production going for my bridging. Sino sa inyo ang nag-work dito ng Celestica? Wala siguro. Wala si Bro Pat. Nakita ko sa LinkedIn. Pat Ramirez. Buti sa kanya, scholar ng bayan, UP graduate, pero electrical naman. She's working 3 years na yata sa Celestica. Celestica got a lot of Pinoys, various professions. I meet a lot of guys who are doctors in there, accountant, engineers, all working in the floor, solar production. Ba? Palakasin kayo nun. So if you had those experience, it was nice because you feel very strong these days. Lahat ng production area, lalo na mataas, matangkad tayo, nasubukan natin. Malakas eh. Kaya ganun ang takbo nito. Solar production, kaya naanyaya rin akong mag-lead. Right? Same with CNC. Sino sa inyo nag-CNC rito? It is a mechanical work, right? It is a specialty for mechanical dito. Pero sinubukan din natin ng CNC. About a year. That is where we took, at least marunong tayo ng SolidWorks. SolidWorks a bit before CNC. Natuto rin tayo while we are going for some bridging activity. It is a good experience and put it as part of your book of life. So, of course, Middle East and Asia, nag-work tayo. Tapos, the one engineering bridging program, as I mentioned, Access Employment and Humber, meron din silang LEED course, right? So, that will be additional credential for you, for your LEED. This one is still existing, the OSPE, Green Economy Program, the word Green Economy. Meron na rin sa Ryerson, meron University of T. kuha kayo, libre, basta kwan. So may lagay yung credential nyo para sa LEED. I took that one while working also. Pag nagwe-work ako, gusto ko gabi eh. Para pagkatanghali, nakakapag-ikot. Kuha ng ibang pang-upgrade. At saka, continental time. Who knows continental time dito? 12 hours ang working. Kaya 3 days lang o 4 days, kuha mo na yung 40 hours mo. So that's how it works. Volunteering. You got to go with volunteering. Huwag kayong walain yung volunteering. Very important. I volunteered for a year in Live Green, Toronto at the City Hall. So merong civil environmental sustainability, kung ano-anong ginagawa nyo roon, may lagay mo rin sa LEED nyo. Tapos what else? Where can you get the training? Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, sabi ko kanina, favorito, at saka yung MIT. Maraming free courses doon, lalo na ngayon. You can get all those courses and a lot more. So, approved na yung examination nyo, take na kayo. A matter of reading na lang. Tapos audits. Wala pa akong namit namin na audit dito. Pwede nga lang below 18 years old, tapos i-audit ka pa. Di na siguro. Go for the exam. No need to read this audit. No audit. LEED AP with specialty, 5. What is this number? There are 5 specialty. There will be a picture in there. Study material and access prep. Yep. Combined exam. So this is the one I was telling. If you want to go straight to the specialty, you are welcome. So long as you take the LEED AP, but that is a combination. Parang 4 hours yun. 4 hours examination. Pagka bumagsak ka sa LEED AP mo at pumasa ka sa LEED GA mo, bigay sa iyo ng LEED GA. But it's good to go to LEED GA mo na bago AP. Especially AP is really intense experience. Hindi ka makasagot ng tama siguro kung wala kang experience. So it is really necessary for AP. Nandito ang ating expert ngayon na pag kami tanong kayo sa LEED actual is nandito si Bro Ace. Umalis na ata. Hindi ko makita. So he's the expert here. He's a LEED AP, BD plus C, and Dual AP. So there is also a CPD or CP or whatever, 30 units per 2 years yata. Maliit lang yun. So these are actually the especially you copy which one is right for you. Most people go for this one. LEED AP, building design plus construction. LEED AP, BD plus C, karamihan. Operation and maintenance. APID plus C. Kaya tumataas ito, dumadami yung branching. During my time, I took the exam, wala pang well AP. So it is really increasing. Bro Elmer is also LEED GA, an architect. So, pwede na siguro sa kanya, ayaw na niyang tumakbo. But it is good enough. At least, yeah, he got the credential for that one. How do you get the LEED certification? Very simple naman. Register for the exam, study, take the exam, of course. Same mechanism as PMP. Sa lahat, dahil advanced nga sa US, dahil sa COVID, they follow the footstep of PMP. Pwede mong kunin yung examination sa loob ng bahay mo. Using Prometric. This was the body used by PMP before, but they changed it to another name, the Pearson View, for whatever reason. Pass the exam and get the credential. This is another one. Pass na lang ata natin. Mostly it is a video, but 5 minutes, masyadong mahaba. The only concept here, it is actually a very good one, LEED. I-post ko sa Facebook na lang kung gusto niyong panoorin. What I want to point here is basically almost all companies now is involved with LEED for a building, like this one. Halsall, WSP, Morrison Hallsfield, Stantec, Oxford, property developer. Every building got to involve LEED concept para tataas yung presyo niya. So that's how it works. Itry nga natin kahit 3 minutes lang or 2 minutes out of the 5 minutes na dapat gamit niya. Kita man na wala. Nawala yung sound. It's different kami. This sound. That's an hour. Take you long one. Even just the 3 minutes, we just see it. We could not. This is a different thing.
As a standard has made a huge difference in Canada and in other places of the world as well in creating, reducing environmental impact and at the same time creating the green economy and improving the health of Canadians.
On the services side, it's created a whole new set of services, really. You can talk about LEED consultants, which would be an obvious one, but also energy modeling, commissioning, companies which are performing indoor air quality audits.
And LEED has played a big role, I think, in developing the energy modeling practice across Canada. There's now a large, knowledgeable, experienced pool of talent that are performing energy modeling services, and I think that's in large part as a result of the LEED.
That was intentionally disconnected by the internet, I think. So almost, did we miss a slide? Tumakbo yata. I don't think so. So next one is sharing some of the references. So as I mentioned before, I have shared this one again, same as the other one. I made some posting on the Facebook for the FB Group Filipino engineers. We tried to collect this one and study the concept. So connected dito. So it is shared for everybody. So this first one, so I said this one strictly because of the new concept that you could take it anywhere naman. So the next part here is the actual experience again. I wrote last 2012 and it has been rotating since then. I have received a lot of I made a blog out of this one, then a lot of interaction with everybody, all people. So this is how it works here. I indicated my material, which is 800 page total. This is really added with all the books, then concentrate on the concept of LEED for new construction and major. Of course, buy your own book. Do not borrow from the old one. Baka hindi applicable yung version niya. It is just, it is not expensive, so you got to buy the book. And I prefer to have the hard copy compared to the electronic because I have something. I'm fond of putting some yellow mark. It gives me the confidence of looking that I have passed that book if I saw that there is some lipstick or yellow lipstick on the book cover. So we have the second number, then third one. This is the main website for GBCI and USGBC. You got to scan the whole thing and read things in there. Dagdag kaalaman. LEED certification, LEED online and everything. What is LEED online? What does it mean? Then I took the online course again. It is not required, but it is helpful. That's why I went for this one. Green exam ata noon. A lot of new ones. Check it out. Which one has the best? Best, what you call this one? Best price. Compare it. There is a 700-page test practice audio and everything. A lot of things that you could get it from the web. Google it simply. USGBC, GBCI Canada. GBS is very good. I have been using it for quite some time, even with my CPD or whatever. The course is good and the content is good. Almost every 3 days, they are sending information and a lot of good stuff to read in there. Studio for LC, this is also good. A lot of free stuff here. I could share it. There is one guy who contacted me after the training with ACE. I forgot the name. I have already compiled the notes here. I could share anytime if you wish. Just give a shout again. Kalimutan ko kung sino yun. Pero mahanap ko. So I have some material for LEED which are pwedeng i-share. Because I saw this studio, I think at least 100 pages PDF dito, mayroon ako nito. Yung personal notes, wag na lang dahil baka na-obsolete na. Dahil fast-changing environment. Green Learner is good also, either GBES or Green Learner. I checked this one, they are still active also. Reform, I think it's working. Everblue. Meron, hindi Everblue training. Meron silang isang estudyante na perfect niya yung exam, plus 2010. Makikita niyo mamaya. 200 out of 200 score niya. So, ibig sabihin na kayang-kaya niyo, mabilis lang yung exam. So there is another one for George Brown. Yep, a lot of institution is giving it for free or as part of the access, what you call this one, training for new immigrants. So my observation in the scheme, got to study all the materials available, check the proper format. The format is very easy, just multiple choice. In my case, I opted to review all the materials and topic before long practice. Bago should be the principle first before mock-up. Damihan mo yung exam, ayun pa. Trial. Study all the materials, familiarize yourself with the mechanism, that is basic. Group discussions. Again, makita nyo sa LinkedIn ko kung saan ako nag-post. Chat kayo doon. This is the name. Message boards for LEED accredited professionals. Marami kayong makondon. Parang group chat na rin ito. Lahat ng lahi. LEED professionals and users, GBS format. So dito ko pinost yung sa akin. It has been rotating for years. Yan, nakikipag-share lang ako for a long time until it was taken down by LinkedIn. Then there's the mechanism known as the brain dump technique may help. Applicable also to PMP. At the first part of your examination, you write everything. They give a few minutes so that you have a copy or just a matter of starting bago ka tatakbo ulit o para maganda yung takbo ng examination mo. So overall, the exam is good. I put here my intention that everything I shared here, I am not violating anything, code of ethics, because you could see them all free online. So I'm not really giving things that is not with royalty or whatsoever. So that's how it works. This is the GBCI. Any question you have, anytime you just put here and we'll try to give you an answer. This is, I share anything that is new here. Then cost is, we have given a while ago, $250, right? And this is the book again. I took a picture of the book and the same book. I have it here right now. Ito yung book na dalawa. Pagka may hihiram ito, hindi ko papahiram. Obsolete na eh. Kaya bili na lang kayo. Mura lang. So, that's how it works. Then, prudential credential exam from home. This is what I was saying. The mechanism is the same with PMP, 360 degrees camera and everything. So you just check this one so that you can see what is in there. Tapos may kamit dito si Edwin. Nandito ba si Edwin? Iniintay ko yung pag-post ko yung pangalan mo sa LEED, Edwin. You get to na. Kailan ang laban? Bago yung PMP. Unahin mo na lang yung LEED muna, mabilis. So, watch out. Pupush natin yung kay Edwin. So, see, mabilis lang. We check the other ones here. Where is that one now? We go for this last part. Oh, this is the one I was telling. This is mine actually. So this is the format of the result, LEED exam result. Grabe oh, lahat 100 niya. So ibig sabihin madali yung exam. Kayang-kaya nyo yan. Huwag na kayong umasang 500 at 100, 170 lang. Tama na. Huwag yung dagdagan. Walang silbi yung dagdag niya. Katamtaman lang. Huwag yung 200. I just saw mine a while ago. I was looking actually, na yun sanang ilagay ko rito. I just saw mine. I got it here. I got during that time 188. Pwede na. 188 out of 200. So nandito pa lahat. Medyo maingat ako sa gamit ko. Nandito pa lahat. Do you believe I still have my notes even in college days? Pinapakita ko sa mga bata, tumatawa sila. Yeah, so ganun ako kahigpit sa gamit. So basically, this is the format and it is subdivided into 8 things in there and you will get this one. So my credential is good up to 2022. Next one is, ito yung sinasabi ko. Marami tayo nito. Dapat madagdagan ito, kukunti pala. So sa grupo natin, itong ating governor, si Ace. Open ngayon ang mayor, kung sino ang gusto ng mayor, yan. So perhaps si Bro Elmer, mayor. Pwede na tayong vice mayor. Tapos yung iba, si Kwang, alin din, bago pumunta ng Canada, he is already a lead GA. So, asenso talaga. Bro Ramiro I have not met, but he is a professor at Sheridan. Perhaps 95 to 100% connection ko lahat, kaya nasisilip ko ito. Nakikita ko yung takbo, kaya modelo kung sino ang pwedeng gayahin, itapon yung hindi pwede. Tapos, Sagani, I have not met this guy. Coming soon, these two guys, perhaps they are both in UAE. I have not met them, that they are active. They are electrical, and yeah, they are both in UAE. So, ngayon pa lang, PMP LEED na. So, it means very possible to anybody. Kakuan pala ito, Boyeng. Kalugar natin. He is a graduate of MMSU. Try to look it up. Electrical Engineering. Nasa UAE. MMSU guy. Together with Primo. I don't think Primo was able to make it. Primo is an electrical engineer. He was posting a lot of webinars also in the past COVID time. So ito yung Q&A. I'm giving a Q&A so that the Q&A will be smaller. What is the prerequisite eligibility requirement for taking LEED? Na-discuss na natin kanina. Wala. Walang kwan. Very minimal. So go ahead. Take the exam. How long should I prepare for the examination? Ano sa tingin nyo? Depende sa conforme. How long do we have to wait for test results? Feedback? Wala. Tahimik. We could, the result is instantaneous. 2 seconds, 5 seconds. It is either a good result or a frustrating result. Back to. So automatic lalabas na sa nasa bahay ka, celebration ka agad pag bumasa. So that is how it works in there. Then Q&A, any additional Q&A here? Hindi ko mabasa masyado yung chat. Kindly read. Tapos, or just open the mic na lang para Hindi ko makita. Iba yung format kasi nito. I'm looking at the... Hindi ko makita yung niya. Pati yung chat niya nawawala eh. Kindly look at the chat. It was changed. You get to update your Zoom today also. There is a new version. You will not be perhaps that's the time na pindot ko ata kanina. I'm looking at the here. Sir, when to start? I'm trying to check some of them. That is good. Anyway, tapos na tayo basically. Sinasagot na ni Bro Elmer. Yun ang sabi ko, mayor at saka governor When to start so I can take exam for the LEED, AP, O plus M. Mga advanced pala I took LEED subject in Humber English Skills Enhancement. I would suggest you take first the GA bago ka para 2 hours ka lang before going hours right away. But it will make you 2 hours pagka GA ka 2 hours lang para may babalikan ka. Wala na prerequisite not like noong time. Yeah, what is good also here is I think if you are a LEED GA, no need for yung hours yata. So very low ang nila, ang requirements nila. So Elmer, is everyone interested? Sino po? We'll try to organize a bit later. Salamat. Yep. Sa mga mag-exam po, pwede po ba join force? Yep, madali lang ito. I need to go, but thank you for very much. Yep. Inshallah. Yep, I'm very interested to study for the PMP exam. Yeah, go for it from Julius. Yep, sabi ni Julius, wala na ito si Julius Mukhang pumunta si Julius. Okay, a few minutes lang po, then come back. Wala na si Julius, pumunta ata sa kwan. Tumakbo naman ata yung nasa ngayon Ewan ko lang kung nakalipad. Palaging nagpupos. Wala na si Julius. Yeah, he is looking for his PMP. I'll just try to check the other ones. Agile malalim. Pagka nagsasalita ng tao ng agile, mukhang pwede na. Consequences, the new PMP exam will be harder. I think they're talking of the PMP pa kanina ito. Yeah, it's true. 2020 PMP exam. Yeah, so at least nakita natin including PMP. So the floor is open both for PMP and LEED if you have any question. Go ahead, please.
I have a question about LEED.
Okay lang. Yeah.
You mentioned that after you pass the exam for the LEED Green Associate, kailangan may 15 hours of CPD within 2 years.
Yeah.
Paano po yun? So you have to take seminars by the Green Building Council or?
Yep, very minimal yun. Actually, 2 years, 15 CPD, pwede kang kumuha, may maraming free items din sa CAGBC o USGBC ng mga articles na makakakuha ng points. Pero pag tinatamad-tamad ka, actually, kinuha ko na isang beses na, kuha ko ng GBES o whatever, mabilis na lang. Isang time, parang PMP. Unlike ng pagpakunti-kunti ka kasi sa organization, mabagal. Ito pagkaras mo, isang upuan, 2 upuan mo lang, tapos na So, that's how it works.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so any other questions there? Yeah, mukhang wala na punta tayo sa main event ito. Ito yung sabi kong tidbits, parang sa So click ko ito. Konting time na lang, this will be very helpful. So you know very well na yung location natin, but I want to share the last one. Mukhang marami pa. Those who are not interested with PMP or LEED at this time, but pretty soon we'll be going. May share naman tayo kung trabaho ang gusto nyo. Ganito hong pagkuha ng work dito. Meron tayong mga references. So this will be in compensation with the time you have been here, and maraming salamat. We are going for the links I have created. Kagabi ko lang create ito, but I have been working it for the past days. Punta tayo doon. Yun ang climax ng activity natin sa araw na to. Navigating the itong group na ito, we have a very supportive admins dito, parehong mga friends din natin sa PhilConpro at AFCA, tumutulong to answer people. So if you try to see this one, ito create ko kagabi lang. Maraming positive feedback naman. When you are looking for the PMP later on or the LEED, the most likely question you have is, saan na yun? Saan natitignan? Dito na makikita. I have put everything here for handy use. And it is not only for that one. So most of the time I will be pinning this one. And I will be updating it regularly. Pag may makita akong trabaho, ipindot ko rito, dagdag ko. Pagka may kabutihan, lagay ko rito. Pagka may racket na pwede, lagay din natin dito. Subukan natin. So ito, a must read. So pag pumupunta ka rito, especially for new people, I will be pinning it here or tagging here. Ito, blah, blah, blah lang ito. The objective of the group. Then, I have a space for the notices invitation. I will be updating it regularly. PhilConpro, we have the present activity. Click mo rito. You will be able to join this activity. AFCE also has some activity, aligned activity only, June 25 pa. You just click this one, you go into that one, register. So that is helpful. This one, frequently asked question. Number 1 na tanong ng tao ito. Lalo na itong, our wordings here is for engineers, professional. Paulit-ulit na tinatanong, I am an engineer in the Philippines, how can I fully practice my profession and also become an engineer here in Canada? It is not only a question of new immigrant, it is also a question of many guys who have been here for quite some time, right? So these are the answers here. So you got press here. This is now updated regardless of your location here in Canada. Pupunta rito. It will bring you to this one. It will show you the links to each of the regulatory body all over Canada. So doon na napindutin, you could see the laws and how to get your PNs any part of Canada. So that would be helpful, right? I'm pretty sure hindi mo napalit-palitan yung sagot mo. Another one is check a link. We have been talking a lot to PhilConpro AFC guys here about the licensing, PN, how to get CET and everything, the proper pathway. There is a very good conversation here. You just try to link, try to read these things. Whether you are here already or incoming, or you have a friend in the future, let them come here. Dito, balitaktakan ng mga blah blah blah. All feedback from different people nandito. It will answer your question on how to become an engineer in Canada. So next one, ito nang magiging final natin, siya huwag kayong mabore dahil importante ito. So, new immigrants, this one also, because I tried to get them not only for Filipino engineers now, but all professionals. You are saying I want to get aligned with my bridging program or whatever. You click this one, you will get into this information wherein this is still for Ontario. We'll try to figure out kung saan sa ibang province. You can see your proper alignment, the regulatory body that you should be going in. Architecture ka, dapat dito ka concentrated. Diba? Automotive, biotechnology, or whatever. Karamihang tanong nila yan eh. Saan ako dapat maglisensya? So you try to check it out here. So that is really very helpful. Then another one is trade. That is trade student. Pinakamabilis. Hindi kayo yung CRS niya yung entry. Ito yung sagot sa getting to Canada. Student visa. Ewan ko kung nandito pa si Alay ngayon. Tumakbo na. Wala na yata. Busy na.
Andito pa ako, sir.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ito, meron din akong version ng meron din akong version ng
video, yes sir.
Video. One time, chat tayo kung paano pag-drawing ng video ganon. Marami
yes,
lang
sir.
ginagawa.
No problem.
So ito yung version ko. Tapos matagal na rin ito. So you read how here. Hindi ako sumasagot, go to other people. Lahat sinagot ko dito. At ito ang maganda rin. Galing kay Alain. Lalo na sa mga pag lazy speaking. Dapat pinapanood niyo ito. May So, they are complementing each other. Yun ang point ko rito. Para tayo. Dapat i-close ko na yung iba. Hindi ko na alam yung kung saan na yung link niya. Ito kasing lumalabas. Yan. I think this is an old one. I have to close so that it will. I think that's the one. This one. So before we go with the work, which is one of the most important thing dito, bridging programs then. This is a very important link also here. Especially at this time, we are concentrating on Ontario dito sa bridging programs. You got to check, especially COVID time, the schedules are changing so frequently. So kung ano man ang linya nyo, accounting or whatever, go to Humber or Access if you are in engineering, nandito. So I found this very helpful. Actually, I just see naman the information. I saw the information for that one from our President, Jerry. So credit to President Jerry. So punta tayo dito sa may job search dito. Mamaya itong job search. Online learning, makakatulong lahat ito. Pagka i-click mo ito, huwag na natin i-click. Gumawa ka ng article dati. Favorite ko yung MIT at saka Coursera. Kung hindi nyo pa nakita. Parang LinkedIn Learning. Maraming libre doon. Pwede kang kamuha ng PMP at saka LEED doon. This LEED here. So this one also free online. A lot of other things for free. Tapos balik tayo rito. So this is the one now for project management. So punta lang kayo rito. Lahat yung pinagdadaldal natin nandito. Majority of them. Makuha nyo yan, hindi mamamala. I-connect ko rin sa LinkedIn ko yan. Same in here. Yung natin para sa lead natin. Right click. You will get all the information. So no need to get the information because everything in here. You have a question anytime, you just put it here and we'll surely answer or somebody will be answering it. Chika-chika lang. And of course, this professional engineering license, we have the answer here before, right? Pero nakakatulong din ito ng malaki. Itong pagkuha nyo ng network of all the projects of AFCA, this is one of the best, I would say. Salute ako rito. Because it gives a lot of motivation for people to go for their PM. Dapat dito lahat yung pangalan natin. Coming soon, with God's grace. So, itong pinakapaborito ko actually. So, tutulong. Hanap kayo ng kapangalan ng project nyo sa mga tao rito. Wanted sila. And get mentorship and help from them. 75, I could actually pinpoint about more than 10 right now, but I have to get their thumbs up before we post their name. Marami tayong mga kapatid na ako silent kasi. Ayaw nilang palabas. We have to get para, yan, pwedeng 85 ito. May sampo akong alam. I will check with that one. So this one also, so that's how it works with this PM there. Other things here, interesting one, I will be populating regularly. LNG, dahil nasa LNG ako. PM, Trans Construction, marami ito. Pagka marami ito, ilagay natin separate page. Professional organization, of course, field control, LinkedIn, pwede kayo makapunta anytime. May LinkedIn tayo, kaya add nyo ron. AFCA, may LinkedIn din tayo. So dito ko nasilip yung mga pangalan nyo. Baka tinitignan nyo kung saan yung pangalan nyo. And dito kayo lahat. So lahat ito, kinonect ito. So nakakuha tayo ng magandang numero para sa luto. So yan, together with that one, we're starting also with nurses and accountants. May mga connections tayo dito. Dental workers, meron din. Yep. Of course, field control, Filipino engineers, this group, UFC and Alain is here, for sure. Wala si Bro Rodney ngayon. Yan. So, suportahan natin ito at pangmasa. Pangmasa ang lasa. Yan. So, very active yan. So, basically, ito, medyo ito, sinisilip ko pa kung sinong lalakdown ko rito. Medyo walang direct contact pero nakakatulong. Of course, our mentors, wala si Sis Jane. I was asking, sabi niya sa kanina. Pero dito kung gusto niyong hagilapin si Sister Jane, nandito siya. Yung Migrant Network, so may JBS, may LinkedIn din siya. And thank you to Ma'am Cecilia Cancino, nandito siya ngayon. Since the beginning, especially people in Brampton Multicultural Center, you are welcome to contact Ma'am.
Anytime po, anytime.
Yeah. Hindi ko lang close sa Brampton lahat na. Yeah, then kung mahilig kayo sa anybody, put natin dito. Si Elon ngayon nagpatakbo kaya wala na si Julius siguro. Tinignan. Hopefully nakalipad ngayon. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, everything.
Nakalipad naman ito, sir.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah. So ito, safety, we have a lot of things. Ang dami kong itong pwedeng populate tapos yeah, then last part dito, hindi pa last part, before yung final. Pagka kurang kayo ng motivation, you go for this one. This was my previous vlog. This is very helpful. Kinukulang kayo ng ganang kumuha ng PMP at saka LEED. Basahin nyo ito. Parang walang nangyayari sa sa pinagpaguran nyo. This is a very good story. 2014. 2014 pa ko ginawa yan. Tapos, isa na lang para huwag kayong mabore. Ito, which one is the most important? Hard work, knowledge, or attitude? Ano sa tingin nyo? Wala yata. Hard work, diba? Trabaho Sabi rito, may integral calculus. from birth to death, happiness till death do us part. So basically binigyan niya ng numbers yung A to Z up to 26, okay? Luck. Tignan mo yung addition ng luck. Wala, nakalagay. Money. Luck is 47%. Money is 72%. Leadership, 97. Ba, dapat tayo magiging leader. Tapos, hard work, 98. Parang baraha ito 98. Tapos yung knowledge, 96. Pinaka-importante pala, attitude, 100%. So, dapat ganyan ang attitude natin sa LEED at saka PMP natin. Yan ang makuha natin. Attitude is everything. Di ba? So yan, nakikipag-chat tayo rito. Combination ng konting negosyo at saka kwan. Marami tayong chat dito. If you are interested, that is also a very good source. So basically, punta tayo sa huling kabanata, yung work. This is a very important thing. Here, I put some news here. Dami rin tayong project, wala si Brawler Vin eh. Dapat siyang sabi nito. Marami siyang bala. LRT at saka napakaraming places ang ongoing ngayon dito sa Kwan. So doon ang concentration dapat. Yung iba starting, yung iba hindi. So these are all the ongoing projects. I-link nyo yan para makita nyo kung saan yung work. Then in the West Coast or East Coast, there are actually 2 active projects. Before that one, meron din itong who is hiring pala. I'm not sure kung sino yung unang nag-post ito noon. This is a very good one because not necessarily an engineering job, but it is regularly updated. Yan, makikita mo kung saan ang kung meron ba sa Dalarama o whoever na update niya regularly 3 days ago. 500 positions sa iba, Nordia, Sense and everything. So you could figure out which company is hiring nito. It is real time, live. So dapat tignan nyo. Pinaka-important sa lahat, lalo na sa West Coast. Hindi lang pala West Coast, kahit sa East Coast ka. Kahit nasa Nova Scotia ka pa. 2 big projects is happening in British Columbia. We have also in Alberta, that is the TransLink, but not as big as this one. Of course, Site C Dam is a big one. It has been going for quite some time, 5 years na. 10 years project ito. Regular na maraming tao ito. Kumukuha. So may link tayo rito. Tignan nyo yung mga link. Mga kumpanya yan. So may mga work ito. Regularly may work. At saka huling-huling sabihin nito, hold on please. Ang biggest ng pagkuha ng trabaho ngayon is this one. LNG Canada. 40 billion ito, pwede niyong tignan dito. Nagpupush ako rito kung may open din dito. Try to check these links. They are upgraded. Tignan natin itong pinakahuli. Ito, kaya maraming star ito. You check this one, and I am regularly updating this one. It could accommodate any type of profession. Kahit nurse, kahit laborer, kahit sino. Okay? I put all the tips of going with the HR and everything that I know. I even put some hyperlink, even sa Indeed. Little by little, nilagay ko lahat yung mga monster job bank. Medyo matrabaho rin lang mag-click later on. But one of the biggest is this one because it is 40 billion. At present, wala pang 2,000 yung tao. It is peaking up to 5,000 to 7,000 up to next year. So malami palagi yan. Medyo bumabalik yung normal. This is all of these companies are taking Site C Dam, The different projects here in Toronto also, I included, including Interpipeline. This is ongoing in Alberta. Active talaga lahat yan. Pero most active is this one. This, what I'm saying is Kitimat, this one, of which I am presently located. Hanggang ngayon, ginagawa pa yung tirahan dahil marami pang kukunin. So, ito, 5 days ito, pero dati tumigil sila ng COVID. So this one, all types of profession kumukuha. Ang laban naman dito, it is very good to have some connection, but marami ring legal dahil hindi lahat kwan. So patas yung laban. You could apply directly, subukan mo parehas. Kumuha ka ng padrino o ninong mo, pag hindi kaya, subukan mo magsabay. Legal at saka kwan. At saka diretso ka. I-attach mo lahat, i-connect mo lahat yung mga HR sa LinkedIn mo para masilip ka. Yeah, so that's how this one works. So basically, punta na tayo sa huling kabanata. Where are you now? Yep, that's how it works. So in conclusion, yeah, basahin nyo na lang yan. Making use, keeping of your dream alive. So if you can dream it, you can do it. So yun ang kwan natin. Tuloy natin. Thank you. Thank you and stay safe. Salamat po.
Salamat din, Ben.
Thank you, Sir Ben.
Salamat.
Salamat, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Ben.
Thank you.
Salamat
Thank
po.
you very much.
Okay.
Thank you sa time, Sir Ben.
Thank you very much, Sir Ben.
Thank you, Sir.
Keep safe,
Thank you
everybody.
very much.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you, sir.
Power to you.
Thank you, Aris. At saka Juan. Boying, thank you.
Sir Ben, yung paborito natin, picture.
Oh,
yung camera niyo, pakitanggal na. Ay, pakibuksan na.
Wala na.
Okay.
Pakitanggal yun.
Nakalimutan yata eh. Oo, dapat meron yun.
Oh, sige. Yung mga naiwan, sige.
Ay, tayo na lang.
Sige.
Oh.
Oo.
Sige.
Bukas. Wala na. Lumipad na sila lahat.
Meron pa. May 35 pa, sir.
Thank you, Sir Ben. Bakit walang...
Okay.
Wala sa akin. Kuha ka na lang, bro. Wala yung camera ko.
Tanggal na lang sa iyo
Sige nga.
presentation mo. Para, ano, pag-i-close yung presentation mo.
Medyo sinusundot itong kwan. Bata ko.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yung iba walang ano eh, walang
iba.
Walang hindi inon yung ano camera.
Ayos na yan.
Okay.
Ulit. Okay, thank you. Thank you
Okay,
again.
teka, may mga nag-appear eh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir Benji. Thank you, Sister Cecil.
Okay, ito, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, yung nasa taas, yung another 35. Ay, another 15. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.
Kahit na-late ako dahil may tinignan kaming teaching area.
Thank you. Jerry.
Shukran.
Pwede ba tayo mag-organize ng online review sa PMP?
Yala, Habibi.
Oo, ayos yan. Para kwan.
Assalamualaikum, Sadik.
Waalaikumsalam.
Magtawagan na lang tayo, tawagan na lang kita.
Sige. Ano ba?
Masalama.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, may pasok din ako.
Okay, ingat. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sa bali dito, i-up namin ah. Sa bali dito.
Sir Ben.
Bro.
Thank you. Ang ganda ng presentation mo. Talagang swak na swak lahat ng information nandun.
Oo, syempre kung pwedeng makatulong, ayos lang, bro.
Sige, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
Thank you, bro. Okay. Saklaw lahat. Saklaw lahat. Magsaklaw.
Saklaw lahat eh.
Saklaw means